Oh.
Hey everybody, may the force be with you. Welcome to Saturday Night Star Wars. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Jeff from Super Geeked Up. This is our premiere episode, brand new show we're doing here. We really appreciate you tuning in. So what we're doing here, if you're watching our D&D show, it's a little bit like that because we're playing a role-playing game, but this one is set in the Star Wars universe, which is, if you've ever watched Super Geeked Up, you know, is my favorite thing of all time, and I think shared by my fellow players and GM here. So this is actually set in the original trilogy timeline, all right? So, of course, the awesome time. Our campaign is actually about 6 months after the events of Return of the Jedi. So that gives you a little bit of a framework for where we are. So we're introduced to characters we're playing in a bit, and then I'll turn over to our game master, who will give you a kind of a recap. We've actually been playing this for a little while, off, not streaming it. We just wanted to see how it was going, and everything was working well, and we had so much fun, we decided to stream it. So he'll get you up to speed. But you're coming in at a very good time because we just kind of completed the first main episode arc, so we're kind of beginning second one here. So this is a good time to jump on in. All right, so let's talk about the players who we're playing, all that stuff, and then I'll turn it over to our GM. So I'll start with Nate, and he'll tell you about his character.
How's it going? Thank you very much, Jeff. Yes, I'm playing an awesome little R6 astromech droid who was previously the maintenance crew aboard an Imperial prison ship. He may or may not have had a hand in its eventual destruction, but we'll leave that for a later point in time because he was rescued by none other than his now quote-unquote boss, I guess, partner, whatever you want to call it. He picked up a lot of terms once he finally gained sentience aboard the prison ship. Yes, Alani, Jeff's character.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were giving me a segue. Please continue.
Sorry. No, since, you know, he's basically a computer himself, he absolutely loves mingling with them in various ways, and also accidentally created a progeny that could have dangerous advances in the future. We don't know. But yeah, I will definitely hand it over to the more interesting character here.
Well, that was very interesting. Like R6, he loves to mingle.
Oh my, that code.
Yeah. Well, I have a question for you before I get to my character. Is the picture you sent, I know it's from a line, it was green. Is he green like it, or is he different color?
Actually, yes, he does have a green trim.
Okay, cool. That's a very accurate picture then.
But yes, green's my favorite color, so it worked out.
By the way, folks, if you're watching live, just like our D&D show, you can participate. We have a chat going right next to the YouTube video if you're on that page, and you can type away to your heart's content, and well, maybe not like terrible things to say about us, but nice things, and whatever, anything you know, it's going on in the game. Feel free to chat away. We love sharing your comments, or you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up if you prefer as well, and we'll share some of that stuff. Okay, so on the screen, that's a representation of my character. She is a Twi'lek. We had a debate beforehand. I actually went with these guys. I'm going to say Twi'lek instead of Twi'lek.
Okay.
But if anybody knows, tell me out there on the chat which was the correct pronunciation.
Yeah, because I think we all pronounce it slightly differently anyway. So
yeah, so she's a female Twi'lek. She's actually a bounty hunter. So in this game, by the way, there's different classes you can be, like bounty hunter and smuggler and what? Commando, is that one of them?
Commando is one of them. You can be an engineer.
Are you? No, wait. Are you? What are you? What is R6? The mechanic or something?
Splicer.
Splicer.
Yes, and I believe the main archetype of that is technician.
Yeah, technician, and then the sub archetype is splicer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so she's bounty hunter, and then the sub thing of that would be gadgeteer is what I chose for her. Now she actually did not start that way as a bounty hunter. And we'll be putting up these backstories on our website, supergeekedup.com, folks, so you can read a little bit more about them. But she actually left a pretty pampered, kind of noble family life on the Twi'lek homeworld, which unfortunately I'm totally blanking on, which is really annoying me right now.
Ryloth.
Thank you, sir. That's why you're the GM. So on Ryloth. And but then some bad shit happened to her, and that definitely affected her view of the galaxy. So she became much more hardened and sarcastic, and so when she became bounty hunter, she wasn't gonna let anybody else hurt her again. So she's yes, much more tough than she used to be in her noble upbringing. yeah, so that's pretty much her. And but she also does follow a code, and she pretty much always tries to wants to bring her bounties in, not killed, so alive. All right, that's pretty much it for her. Now, Tom is our awesome GM.
Hello.
Who you may also remember from some of our D&D shows if you've watched that. And
for those of you who remember way back in the day, I was Siza, the Drow monk.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So he is going to fill you in on what we've been playing, and then as we're leading up here to today's session.
All right. So if you like thematic element, go ahead and pull up the Star Wars theme song, just because. I don't have it prepared for you. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
We actually couldn't. We can't play it anyway, or they would copyright music and they would pull our video down.
Oh no! I was telling the audience to pull it up.
I know, but that's why we can't play it because we wouldn't be allowed to.
Okay.
So yes, they should play it.
So, yeah, it's shortly after the ending of Episode 6. The Death Star's been destroyed. It's still being circulated in the news and everything. Obviously, on Imperial-controlled planets, it's propaganda about the rebels being terrorists. And on rebel planets, they're hailing it as a glorious victory because the Empire's basically their main power structure has been destroyed all at once. But the galaxy, there's no real actual fighting. Like all attempts to destroy the rebels are on a standstill. All of the rebels' attempts to stop the Empire are at a standstill because everyone's trying to consolidate. The rebellion is working to get back their losses from that assault on the Death Star, among other things. And then the Empire is actually experiencing a huge power vacuum, which means all of the higher ups that weren't anywhere near the Death Star are now trying to grab onto. They're trying to re-lead the entire Empire by themselves. It's a bunch of backstabbing and shit. If the party ever gets that high, it's going to be a lot more mysterious. Let's see where are we. Yeah.
So let me interrupt you 1 second. In the chat, we already got some people watching, so thank you, folks. Chris Hadley says, "Hey guys, thanks for the invite on Twitter." Of course, Chris actually always watches Super Gay Dub and our D&D show too, so he's awesome. Blair Beveridge, who I know is a huge Star Wars fan, says he has heard used to hear Twi'lek all the time, but he says more recently he hears Twi'lek, so which is more like but he says there's no clarification, which is correct.
Figures.
And he also helped us out with Ryloth, so he knew that the Twi'lek or Twi'lek homeworld. I'm just, you know what? I just got to pick one and stick with it. That's all I'm doing for now.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's right or not. And then he says Civil War-ish. Oh, is
Civil War-ish?
Civil War-ish?
Yeah, probably. At least in the Empire by itself is certainly Civil War-ish.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's Marvel, Civil War.
Some say sign up with the government, some say don't sign up with the government. You got Spider-Man in the middle. But yeah, actually, in my actual summary, I have it's about 5 years after the events of Episode 6, which, if you think that's still pretty long, think Episode 7 is actually 30 years after Episode 6. Mm-hmm. So you're still a good ways away from actual canon, which I use very loosely.
Everything we do on this show is canon, becomes canon.
Mm-hmm.
It is head canon, essentially.
Yeah, actually, everything we do is what leads up to Episode 7, so you're welcome.
We're filling in. You don't need to read all those novels that are coming out. Just watch our show.
Shameless promotion. Star Wars Rebels just added Throne. It's amazing. Watch it.
I'll give you another promotion. Go read the original thing of Thrawn, which is the Heir to the Empire series by Timothy Zahn.
Even better. So much better.
Yes. Thrawn is a badass, just so everyone knows.
It's so much a badass. Okay, so yeah.
Hey,
back to
maybe Thrawn could show up in this campaign sometime.
Wow, way to give away the
entire Jade can show up.
Gosh. Ruin my plans.
I'm just saying. On Twitter, our good buddy Necrodia says, stopping by to wish you luck and say hi, plus 100 awesome rating to all for the launch of this. Have fun and stay epic, stay geeky all. Thank you, sir.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, back to the recap. In Hutt space, a couple new threats emerge, but no one really recognizes them as such because, you know, Hutts, pirates, what else could it be hiding?
Yeah.
Yet, anyway. So the things that the party does know is the Mandalorians are making a comeback under a guy named Morn, who actually was one of Alani's cellmates and actually helped her escape the most, because he himself escaped with a bunch of Mandalorian super commandos.
Explosions, lasers.
Yeah,
It was great.
lots of explosions, guns, experimental weaponry that no one actually figured out yet.
I was going to say it was either a miniature black hole or...
Oh, yeah, he had that crazy weapon.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple theoretical experimental weapons in the background waiting. But yeah, so they're coming back. They're making Mandalore great again. No, I'm not alluding to anyone at the moment. And then the Hutts, because Mandalore is in the Outer Rim, and Mandalorians are a threat. The last time they were, if those of you know, pre-Republic era, otherwise known as the Old Republic, the Mandalorians were a huge threat and required everyone and their mother, plus the Jedi at the time, to band together to fight them back. And even then, it was huge.
It was rough.
Repercussions, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, they escaped. Got to Dantooine, did a couple jobs there. Decided to hop ship to Tatooine because better jobs. And then through a series of misadventures and various other awesomeness, found out that the Empire had kidnapped a couple Night Sisters and these 2 Mandalorians that Mord had recruited them to rescue, preferably all of them. You get on the ship, they fake their way all the way through up to about halfway, decide to take the stealthy way out and not the obvious, we're actually here on legitimate business, we just go out the legitimate business way. Wedge helps them out. They find a couple Emperor's Hand, which really they only pieced together because of whispers on the darknet that, thanks to R6, he found. And then barely left the ship alive, leaving behind.
Well, we ran into somebody very important on the ship.
Oh, yeah. I said Wedge.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You missed it.
Yeah. They were helped out by the leader of Rogue Squadron at the point.
Wedge Antilles was disguised as an Imperial, and he helped us out. We had no idea who he was at the time. Our characters, I mean, we do as players, but as characters, we had no idea who he was.
It was exciting.
It was very exciting. And then my character kissed him, and they've been kind of flirty.
And things got a little steamy.
Yeah, and she made a bet with him that she's a better pilot.
Which will be interesting.
Dinner.
It'll be interesting when we get there.
We haven't done that competition yet either, by the way, folks. So you got to look forward to that.
That'll be an episode all by itself.
We'll see who can do the Kessel Run in X amount of parts.
12 parsecs or less.
That would actually be dude. That would be amazing, to be honest with you.
I'd have to go find it. I don't even know if they made like a rule sheet for that, because I feel like that.
No,
would
you just make it up. Make it up yourself.
Yeah, I'd probably have to. But
so Blair in the chat, something you were saying earlier. He said, "Is it an orb-like planet with a laser?" Which I've never heard of such a thing. I'm talking about.
No, we're not having any more Death Stars.
Good. Then he says, "Puts a wedge in the story."
Well, okay. So, real talk time. I couldn't think of a guy to be undercover on an interdictor ship with 2 Emperor's hands.
Dude, I think it's great.
I just kind of pulled a name out of my ass and I just said Wedge.
No, man, dude, Wedge is always
just like, wait, Wedge Antilles? And I'm like, yeah, why not?
It's awesome. Wedge has always been one of my favorite characters, actually. Like, I love Wedge, so
Yeah.
dude, I think that's amazing you chose him.
So Wedge was not supposed to be there, but he was.
As fate would have it.
It's not fate, it's the Force.
Damn it.
Yes, the
I would
Force
get
was
those two
guiding us.
mixed up.
It was guiding us all along.
Okay, so just to show you guys what you guys escaped from, because I think there was some confusion last time. I'm now sharing basically the ship that they escaped from. Really
we
cool
got
ship.
graphics. Oh,
Yeah.
Let me put you on the screen. There you go.
Pretty long, actually. I fail at meters to feet conversion, but I think that's over 1,300 feet, something like that, long. So it's certainly not the biggest ship in the Imperial fleet, but it's good in the fact that it is able to create gravity wells and then ambush all the fun things.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, the giant round figures on top of the ship are the gravity wells? Yes.
Those are exactly the gravity wells, yep.
And
Also-
we R6 disabled those right on our way out.
Yeah, you disabled one because to create a gravity field is that is like a giant AOE bubble. It takes a huge amount of power. So if just one of those fails, it's not going to work.
Yep. So definitely enough to essentially make them all not work, but the other three were probably still powered.
Yeah, definitely.
In the chat, Blair says the Dragon Void would be a cool race. Who are the Dragon Void? Anybody know? No.
I've never heard of them.
Okay, Blair, help us out. Who are the Dragon Void? Is that from the extended universe or something?
Like, I'm tempted to go find myself a.
No, don't look it up now. We're trying to play game.
Don't do this to me, Claire.
So Monotone Maniacs in the chat just joined us. Thank you for watching, sir or madam.
Excellent.
It needs a magnificent spear on the end of that for ship-to-ship combat. Like jousting.
We lost him.
Oh, he loved it so much that comment he knocked himself off the internet. He like tipped over in his chair and like kicked his laptop in the air.
Oops.
Yeah. All right, he'll be back hopefully in a second, but we can continue. Here he comes right now.
There he goes. He's back.
So
Sorry,
Nate, I want to know if this was my explanation to the audience. You were laughing so hard.
Yes.
Backwards, you kick your laptop off the table and you flip backwards in your chair. Did that happen?
Well, because that sounds way better than what actually happened, we'll go with that.
Okay, cool.
Oh, whoops. Too many pictures. God damn it. Okay. I think I'm.
Oh, the dragon. Sorry, Blair says it's from the Star Wars comics. The Dragon Void is a race like ships racing. I was thinking race as in like Twi'lek, or whatever, freaking elf, that kind of deal. Not that elf.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what my thoughts were too. I'm like, I know there's a dragon.
Sorry, Blair. We're talking RPG video, man. Race is always like species. I'm thinking species.
Dragon Void race.
But yes, hey,
No.
we could have a race, whatever. We'll find out what that is. Maybe we'll enter it. Well, if we can win some money.
What planet is
Oh,
this
trust
on,
me.
though? That's
It's an
important.
intergalactic race. You'll win a ton of money.
Blair, tell us all about everything you know about the Dragon Void race.
Send me a link.
All right.
Help the GM out.
I just like to add though, with Elani and R6 have, I think, formed quite the duo here.
Oh,
They've,
Quite
yes, I think it's a very nice, awesome relationship they formed, and they've been they're a good pair. It's like Han Solo and Chewbacca, kind of.
it's almost exactly like that, except one's a droid and the other one's not a human.
Yeah.
And there's no dang life debt to get in the way, too.
Hey, yeah.
Though, granted, I mean, they never really let on that there was a life debt there anyway, because that was all extended universe stuff.
This game does, speaking of life debt, folks, this game does have what's called obligation, which is
Yes.
we chose things that happened in our past that could come up to kind of haunt us and put strain on us. So you got to actually roll for that, I guess, right before we start today.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's go ahead and do that.
And while you do that, let me show some folks. This is the actual Edge of the Empire book right here,
Beautiful.
which it is actually an awesome book. It is actually really, just all the artwork in here I think is awesome.
Yeah, every single page is like jam-packed with pieces of graphic detail.
Yeah, it's an awesome book.
And there's some really good lore for some of the planets if you don't, that
Yeah,
isn't
I mean,
actually,
the book's huge and it has everything. Everything you need to know to do the game too. I think from both, from a GM standpoint and a player, right, standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely. Okay.
This does not use, like, if you're familiar with role playing games, a lot of them use a D20 type system, right? This does not use that at all. These are the dice it uses, which are very odd looking. You might see. So anyway, so green and yellow are like the dice we roll to try to get successes, and the purple and red are like the kind of bad dice that are foiling our plans as players. And then we got blue boost dice, right, and black setback.
Yep.
And then the white is the force die.
Yep. We will roll those in a moment.
Yeah, you won't see the rolls, folks, like D&D. That's not quite set up that way, but we're gonna tell the rolls to everybody, and we're gonna be honest about it and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I trust these two. They don't lie.
We don't.
We're a
droid and a bounty hunter. Why would we lie?
Exactly. All right. So I know Alani had obligation 1 through 30, right?
Believe so.
Yeah. Now you have 30 as well now, right? Did you take extra?
I think I
have added extra.
I think I have 20. I'm pretty sure I have 20.
Okay.
No, we started with. I'm confused.
No, I do have 30. 20 for the favor, 10 for responsibility.
That's right. So we hit directly in your favor again. 32.
Of course.
So,
well, that's just really to me, though, right? My character.
Yeah, really. I mean, he really feels the need to give you that box of chocolates for some bizarre reason.
R6, give me a massage.
But I don't have hands.
It's okay. You have an arc welder. If you do it,
he must have
an arc welder.
No, don't use that. Good God. Well, actually, a certain amount of heat is nice in massage if you do the right amount.
Hey, you have rocket boots.
He just like rolls back and forth on my back.
I've always wondered how much in our series Astromech weighs, actually. Because I don't know how many parts go into them.
But based on what I've seen, I'm going to have to figure probably around 60 or so pounds.
Really?
50, 60 pounds. Give or take.
I don't think it's super light.
No, they're definitely not super light. They're definitely not like 20, 30 pounds. But if you could sit on someone, and if they're not strong enough, they're just stuck there.
Well, I always figured they weighed more. But
I think
the only character we've seen lift Astromech is, I think, Chewbacca. Everyone else just flips them back up onto their wheels. So I guess based on that, you could actually probably say that they're probably closer to 120 pounds or something like that. Maybe more.
In the chat, by the way, Blair says it's in the Han Solo comics, the Dragon Void Race.
Ah.
So there you go. Thank you, Blair.
I wish I had those.
Illegal download. I mean, what? I didn't say
I have a Return of the Jedi poster right behind me.
Yes.
That's nice.
You know, me and we were actually commenting about that earlier. We're like, we wonder if we actually set up his room for that.
I did know. I did actually redo my posters recently, so I have a list of
I was gonna say.
I didn't do it specifically for this show, because I did my poster before I even knew we were streaming the show.
Well, it works out. I was gonna say it works really well because you got nice little episode.
Is the other Star Wars one showing up too? The New Hope one or no?
It's over your shoulder, kind
My
of.
stupid head is blocking it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. You got X-Men. It's okay.
I do. I got Link up there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is that Back to the Future too?
Back to the Future. Well, Back to the Future 1, but yes.
I was right. I can barely see it, but I was right.
Good call.
My inner geek is happy now. I've never seen that movie. All right.
Oh, and he mentioned Night Sisters. You want to tell people who Night Sisters are if they don't know?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so Night Sisters are human. They're pretty much humans or humanoid from the planet Dathomir, which, for those in the know, is a really, really intense dark side aura planet. It's where also the big thing from Episode 6, the name escapes me, that Luke killed in Jabba's palace.
Rancor?
Rancor, thank you. That's where Rancors originally came from. And the ones that grow there because of the dark side energy are the smartest, strongest, largest of the Rancor you can find. And these Dathomiri sisters are a force-based cult that works with the dark side, serves the dark side, take it how you will. But their main mode of transportation is these Rancors. So you want to take, think badass, sexy force users, stick them on the biggest badass monster in Star Wars, one of them anyway, and that's pretty much what you would be facing if you ever go to Dathomir and then go out into the wild.
Well, Larry agrees with you in the chat. He says Night Sisters are awesome.
They are, to be honest. They do have like trade posts and stuff, because there's like almost any other backwater planet. There's many different tribes. The most dangerous ones are the ones that don't interact with the galaxy at large, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know
Right,
how normal laser blaster fire won't really affect a typical Rancor. These Rancors take a cannon shot at best.
God.
Yikes! All right, we're not fighting those.
Not yet.
Well, if it comes down to it, I still don't think we'll be fighting them.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's okay. Your arc welder will work. Not.
Charge!
He completely ignores you because he can't feel a thing.
I can imagine that'd be great though. R6 and Alani are just booking it through the jungle, the forest with a Rancor on their tail.
Well, yeah. I mean,
It's like our own Jurassic
Force
Park.
Awakens, man. You fight them on Felucia, and damn, are those things huge and annoying. They take a lot of fun.
Also, folks, this RPG is a little different than other ones. There actually are not levels like in D&D and a lot of things, so we don't go up levels. We do get experience, things that we can spend to improve our characters, but it's a little different than that. I actually like this system a lot because I think it's very cinematic in the way it allows for things to happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gain experience a lot more logically versus just ping, you hit a level, now you know stuff.
Yeah, it takes actual experience to acquire skills.
Exactly. So like at first, you can be pretty decent with a blaster fire, but you can't really aim worth anything. But then maybe at the end of a really good long campaign, if you will, you're now like one of the best shots that side of the galaxy. Not because of levels and you
I
leveled
like
up.
how that title.
Attack is high enough, but because of you actually worked with it.
That'd be a good title. I'm the best shot this side of the galaxy. What side is that? I don't know. Which side am I on?
Outer Rim? Outer Rim for now?
Hey, I'll take Outer Rim, man. Outer Rim has a lot of planets, actually.
Well, Outer Rim has a lot of planets and a lot of best shots of that side of the galaxy. So
Yeah, it does.
True.
There'll be another contest.
yeah, you should go to the core worlds. I think you have better luck there
Okay.
because theirs is for sport, not for actual hunting.
All right, so we just escaped from the Interdictor cruiser.
Yep.
And we were flying basically along with Wedge.
Yep, and 2 other TIE fighters, which held the rest of Rogue Squadron at the time.
And we did figure out he was part of the rebels, right?
Yeah, he pretty
I'm
much
pretty sure he told us, yeah.
All right, and then he was kind of taking us somewhere, right? He gave us coordinates to go meet him somewhere.
Yeah, well, he said basically because I can't remember. You guys aren't flying your ship, right? You left that back in the.
No, we're flying our ship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if you guys flew in a different ship or if you guys used your ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, folks. Hey, guess what, folks? We have what ship do we have, Nate?
Oh, I know the technical name.
What?
So-
Give him the technical name, sure.
YT 1300 Corellian Freighter, I believe is what it's called.
So,
Otherwise known, Nate, as.
the Millennium Falcon!
Oh, that was nice.
Obviously not called the same.
Yeah, it's not the Millennium Falcon, but it's the same shape. It's the same type of ship.
They look
Yeah.
almost identical, so.
We actually need a name for it, right? I don't think we ever actually named it.
Nope.
No?
So, folks, if you have any suggestions in the chat, feel free to.
Yeah, throw them in. Especially.
And then every time Nate will sing it like that whenever we announce it.
They-
R6
they-
will play that audio.
They've been with this ship for 2 weeks now and they haven't named it. I mean, come on.
That'd be great, though, right? Every time we go to a new planet, we want to dock. R6 would just play like the song of the whatever it's called. This is the.
Some people would be like, "Huh? You're weird." And others would be like,
fanfare.
"You're suspicious. You can't land. I'm sorry."
No, they'd be like, "Wow, look at the fanfare these guys come.
Right?
These must be important people."
Oh, that there would be some who do that too.
I mean, obviously, this ship has bravado. They're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
They're announcing themselves to the world. What the heck is this?
Like Imperial, suck our dick.
Clearly, they can be trustworthy. I mean,
Neither of us have a dick. But our character.
Go Team Fluffy Kittens. I mean,
Yes. Fluffy
that's a
kid.
code. In the chat, Blair says YT1300. Yes, so he likes that we have that ship.
Good.
good.
I was actually contemplating on it, and you guys will find this out actually later. Actually, I'll just shut up.
Yeah, don't tell us yet.
Okay.
Yeah, no. All right, so Force Dice.
Yes.
That's the only thing left. And then we begin.
So, folks, what we do here is we roll Force dice. Which you want to explain Destiny points quickly, then?
Yeah. Okay, so at the beginning of every single session, you roll the Force Dice. And unlike other times where you actually roll them to use the Force, this time they give Destiny points, which basically allow you to upgrade a single skill check for the better just that one time. So if, for instance, there's off of this roll is 2 light side and 2 dark side, that means I would have 2 Destiny points to use for my villains or whatever to make a check harder or to buff somebody that I control to check. The same would go with Jeff or Alani and R6. They could spend that. It's basically a team spend pool to buff a check.
Right.
It's pretty good.
So I unfortunately got 2 dark.
Oh.
What'd you get?
You got 2 dark? What do
At
you got?
least I got 2 light. I was so proud of my roll.
Oh,
I was
wow.
waiting for
Call
you
back.
to tell me what you got. So, yeah, we got this in the bag. Nothing can stop our encounter. But,
All right, well, that's even. 2 light, 2 dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I called it. 2 light, 2 dark. So that means I got 2 chances to buff somebody or make a check harder, and you got 2 chances to negate that. So,
All right. So again, if you're watching, folks, you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up or just type away there in the chat that's going on the YouTube page, because I think we're now about to launch into episode 2 of this story, right?
yep.
Yep.
Episode 2 shall begin now.
By episode 2, that's just kind of like it's an overall arching like campaign type thing, not just one episode actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We just finished episode 1 last
Right.
time, so
Which was a few weeks of that. So
give me a few weeks to come up with something. All right. So yeah, you guys are on your ship, still unnamed. Got Wedge flying above you in his eye bomber. You got 4 other rogue team members and rogue bombers to the sides of you. You got your 2 Mandalorians you rescued. You left the Night Sisters back on the ship.
Yep, they're still aboard.
Hopefully not to die, because if you remember, the ship decided to open all its airlocks and vent all air.
that's a bummer.
Yeah. But the upside is you theoretically might have killed 2 Emperor's hands.
Okay.
Maybe?
As long as it wasn't Mara Jade.
Oh, darn, she just died.
Never going to see her again. But then again, we would never know.
Nah. They both had cowls on. You couldn't really tell. There was no strands of red hair flying out
Good.
that you know of. No.
Oh, Chris Hadley on Twitter says watching Star Wars Saturday night on the big screen.
Oh, my.
Nice. So yeah, he watches it through his TV. Okay, he wants to know, Chris, how big is your TV? Not how big something else is, just your TV.
How big is my face here? I mean, I'm not egocentric or anything.
How big is Tom's face on your screen? Is it so big that it makes you want to turn all your screen off? Or just
Too straight.
just big enough, just the right size.
Okay. Okay, so yeah. Wedge said, after, of course, agreeing to the bet, that he contacted his higher-up, who's going to meet you guys because he currently, having lost 2 relatively needed ships in this sector, it's not going to be safe anymore from the Empire. First one being that meandering prison ship, the second one, an Imperial interdictor that just went dark and then disappeared. So,
Sorry.
yeah. Sorry, not sorry. So yeah, you guys are off to where did I say that was?
Somewhere.
Ironically,
Versus fast.
the Utapau system.
Uda power.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Pow.
It's
We're gonna hit
actually
somebody.
it's in the movies. Episode 2. Obi-Wan went there to defeat General Grievous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
that's episode 3 then, when he defeats Grievous, right?
Oh, was it? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it was episode 3. I thought he went out in a very terrible way. I expected more from
Oh,
General
that's right.
Grievous.
Because
It wasn't very good.
Order 66 went off there. Okay, that's right.
I thought he was just gonna die from an asthma attack.
No, he had to go out from a laser blast of all things.
Right? Well, okay, to be honest, his chest piece was open too, so...
That is true. A very poor design choice to protect his only vital organ still around.
It got shaved off or something happened. Like, normally it wasn't... It was really well protected, but...
Folks, we do
shot.
we do have a tendency to get off on Star Wars tangents as we do the show, so just be aware.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I mean, if you're watching, I'm assuming you love Star Wars, so you probably don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least you know enough to get it, hopefully.
All right, so we're on our way to the Utapau system.
Yep, you're on your way to the Utapau system.
Okay, wait. So before I do that, I'll be like, R6, what the hell do you know about the Utapau system?
Let's see.
Well, technically what's going to happen is he's meeting you guys because the TIE bombers don't have hyperdrives.
That's right.
Who's meeting us? Wedge?
Yeah, Wedge and his crew of 5 don't have hyperdrives.
Right.
So you're going to a specific point in space to meet up with the guy, his higher up, and then you're going to jump from there.
Oh, okay. So first we're going to a rendezvous in a space somewhere.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Put that on hold, R6.
Not yet. Soon.
Oh, good, because I don't know anything anyway.
Okay. That's
Well,
okay.
you could have done a
I
check.
know
And
enough.
maybe you would have known something.
I know enough off the top of my head. I can help you out there.
All right, we don't need to know right now. That's fine.
So you're flying, kind of enjoying it, thinking back on what's happened. Which
Yeah, man.
to be
Atlanta's got her legs kicked up on the dashboard. Whatever you wanna
yeah,
call
pretty
it.
much. I mean, you got it on autopilot, and you're like, well, shit. Past 2 weeks have been busy.
This is the boring transition.
Like, what's the name for like a coffee type drink in Star Wars? Like in Star Trek, it's Raktajino, right? Is there one in Star Wars?
Yeah. I think it's just different planets named coffee.
All right, never mind. R6.
Like Coralian brandy or Coralian whiskey or whatever.
All right, as I'm
just
sitting in
from
the
a planet.
cockpit, I'll say, R6, bring me some Bantha milk.
There you go. That works. Yeah, that works everywhere. I mean, you were just on Tatooine. You could have blue milk.
Well,
Oh,
it's the same thing, yeah.
yeah. In fact, I think there was some that was purchased at the bar there.
You also have some supplies, so it's not like you can't cook up a breakfast or something.
Yeah. R6 happily obliges. However, how has the progress come along for Scopes, the pit droid?
You didn't actually buy parts for him.
I swear I thought we did.
We keep forgetting.
I know. I know we picked
Well,
him
we've
up,
been
dropped
busy.
him off at the ship, and then you never
people.
actually went back to a shop to pick up the parts you needed.
Damn it.
So
First, I think you got to figure out what it needs. So that might help.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, we essentially got everything ready except for his eyepiece. So he was pretty much blind.
Yeah, he was pretty much blind, and then he's missing a power source.
Okay. Well,
But other than that, you're pretty sure he could just pretty much run if he had both of those.
all right. So
In the
yeah.
chat, by the way, Blair says, "LOL sounds like a Rebels episode when Wedge defects." Okay, I haven't watched much of Rebels, so I don't.
Some people here have not been keeping current. I have.
Okay. Oh, so I guess that was a spoiler, folks. Sorry. Maybe.
Toasty.
I did see that episode.
Blair also says, "Ew, I think that might have been to the Bantha milk, maybe." Hey, listen. Regular milk in real life is my favorite drink, so I'm just assuming Bantha milk is amazing.
Each his own. I can't drink milk, so
So that's too bad.
Aw.
You could probably drink Bantha milk, though, maybe.
maybe I don't know.
Maybe that has nothing to do with lactose.
It has to do with my sinuses. I drink milk. And
Well, that's totally different.
Yeah. I wish it was something as simple as lactose intolerant.
Okay. All right. So we're on our way to the rendezvous.
Yep, you're on your way to the rendezvous. You're kicking back. R6 is doing minor maintenance, basically upkeep things. Mandalorians are having arm wrestling contests because that's what they do. They're bored. They don't have anything to shoot. The best they can do is play games at the moment, and shooting at their allies that are flying alongside of them is not something that they're too keen on doing. Especially when there's three TIE bombers that could probably take you. Maybe, I don't know. I never actually looked up that yet.
Yeah, right. I take it.
Yeah. So yeah, it takes you like an hour maybe because you're flying at sublight speed. Don't want to give them a hyperspace trail. By the time you get there, actually before you get there, the sensors ping a rather large ship just sitting there. Looks kind of weird. Looks like, almost like a L leaned on its side. Let me see if this is the right one though. I don't know if this is the right one because it won't show me. Is this the right one? Nope. Whoops. Wrong one.
No, that's me.
Nope. Not the right one. Not the right one. Okay. I have too many dang photo things up. Hang on a second.
An L shaped on its side.
It'll sort itself out eventually.
That's size comparison. It's this one. No, it's not this one.
That's a lovely black screen.
Oh, and my camera just shut off.
I mean, if that's what we see, I assume I'm the pit droid now. But
okay. Let me just close all the photos then. And we'll try this one last time.
Anthem Milks gives him the trot. Are the trots like the runs? Is it like a smaller version of the runs?
There we go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Nebulon B frigate.
Oh.
For those of you who know.
Wait, is that the medical frigate?
Pretty much.
Like at the end of Empire.
Yeah, they're pretty versatile actually. Like most Rebellion ships. Most Rebellion ships are actually ships that were taken and then repurposed. For instance, lore-wise, the Mon Calamari Star Cruiser that you see alongside Home 1, which is Admiral Akbar's ship, is actually a luxury cruiser, retrofitted. It's totally not supposed to be an actual cruiser that shoots things.
I was going to say, luxury cruiser turned into command ship is pretty cool.
Well, Home 1 I think was actually specifically built for the Empire, and then the Rebellion actually stole it when it was mostly completed. Because there's actually Empire ship designs smaller that are kind of they allude to Home 1.
Cool.
And I get that from Empire at War. So the MC-30 frigate, I believe it is. Those things have a ton of proton torpedoes.
Well, we're going to probably need some eventually. Okay, this ship in front of us.
Yes.
I guess it's finally coming to our radar, and we're not getting anything from it.
Oh no! It's pinging you. Like it's shortly after your sensors find it, and you like pull up a little like screen thing, and that shows you, oh, this is what it is. That you get a communication incoming thing.
Okay.
Right. In Twitter, by the way, Chris. Well, he was saying you're not too big, I guess, on his screen, Tom. And he says, "What about Folgers for coffee?" All right, maybe they have Folgers.
Well, they got Starbucks.
Okay, good. And then they said they could do like secret taste tests, like Taster's Choice. We secretly replaced Han Solo's preferred coffee with new Taster's Choice. Let's see how he reacts. And he also wants to know if we can get the game up on the big screen. So on D&D, we do that. We're trying to work on that, right? Maybe trying to get it so we could see more for future sessions.
Eventually.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit harder for this game, folks. It's not quite as prevalent as, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, but we are working on that so you can see more like in our icons and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's no real integrated system for Edge of the Empire on Roll20, but we'll be able to work out something.
Yeah, they have a dice system and stuff on there, but I've done it a couple times with other campaigns, and it's so hard to work with at best. So I mean, I'll keep trying at it, but
Yeah, if
see what
nothing else, we'll have a visual aspect. But
yeah. But I know how like bleh that kind of is.
yeah.
All right, so they're sent us a communication thing.
Yeah.
Right. They want to talk to us.
Yep.
Okay, we'll answer.
Okay. Holovid or just voice?
Oh, can we do it? We can do holovid. That's cool. Cool. We'll do that.
I mean, it's like the little miniature guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, you pull him up. It's this relatively military-esque looking guy. You're not entirely because you've never seen Rebellion command stripes before, so you're not really sure how high up he is. But basically, he's this kind of grizzled kind of guy. He's got this beard and everything. He's like,
he's human.
I'm hoping you guys are the ones Wedge told us about, right?
This guy's human, right?
Yeah.
If he told you we were amazing and awesome, yes.
He doesn't even break a smile. He goes, then dock and let's get out of here. And then he closes the channel.
That's all right. I guess I'm not going to respond to that. He already hung up.
R6 thinks he means business and definitely tells this to Alani.
Yeah, he was a real friendly guy.
You get a verbal message from Wedge. He goes, sorry, General Tantor is just a little he's a little serious.
Tantor.
Yeah.
I'll tell the Wedge. I think General Tantor needs to get laid.
He sends back, you're not wrong. I wouldn't tell him that though.
All right.
Yeah, so they give you docking instructions, automated. I assume you follow them.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you go essentially exactly where Millennium Falcon was, right underneath the bridge part. You hear a little clunk, and the docking tube secured. You guys can go up above. And da 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 da. So you go through the doors, and you got a nice little welcoming party of 3 rebel soldiers decked out in the classic back sweeping helmets and E11 blaster rifles that were probably stolen.
The goofy outfits that got the job done.
Pretty much.
They are really goofy, actually. But somehow,
Yeah. It hasn't changed much in the past 5 years.
Why would it?
The leather vests seem a little sturdier than usual, but
Okay, they're working on their A game.
well, they gotta do something. Yeah, you see 3 of them, and then same dude who greeted you.
The general?
Yeah. He walks forward, and he's got his hands clasped behind his back. He goes, General Tandor, I'm glad to hear that you helped my pilots escape.
Our pleasure. I'm Alani. This is R6.
I'm helping. He does, in fact, say that, and many a times.
That's his
Especially
classic, folks. That's his standard line, yes. I'm helping.
Even when he really isn't helping, he's helping.
Yeah, exactly.
In some way or another.
So he nods to both of you. He goes, I'll require a debriefing in, say, 2 hours. In the meantime, I got to get Wedge here debriefed. By all means, you're open to explore. I'll launch something over the intercom. Good day. He gives you a slight nod and then turns to go further back down the walkway where Wedge and Co. are stepping out.
Alani, he's like a droid. I like it.
I can see why. He is very robotic. I think you have more personality than this guy.
Some random like mouse droid rolls up to R6 and starts speaking really basic binary because it really can't do much else. Basically offers to guide you guys around real quick. show you where the where the guest rooms are.
Absolutely.
By the way, so they had no problem, right, that I have like my blaster strapped to my hip, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. They've already acknowledged that you're freelancers, and that unlike the Empire, they're not going to require you to remove your weapons because they're not actually for being antagonistic to aliens.
In case nobody knew, the Imperial troopers are very racist and speciest.
And whatever it would be against droids.
Yeah.
What would that be?
For instance, lore time. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oh wait. Yeah, no, that's safe. No, okay.
Well,
I won't say it.
What? That he's not human? You mean?
Yeah, he's the only Grand Admiral who isn't human.
Oh, safe enough, I think.
I mean, that's just kind of like a general premise, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, aliens are a rarity in the Empire. And when they're there, they're still looked down on, and more times than not, probably convinced through other means to actually work for them. Unless you got that really weird alien who's like a lunatic and is really good at science. It doesn't really care what it's being used for. In which case, then he's really happy.
All right, so we're gonna follow this droid, I guess.
Yep. He basically shows you. Oh, that's where the forward lasers cannons are. Huh. So yeah, he basically shows you exactly what this map describes. Takes you a couple hours actually, to be honest. He shows you where your yeah, right. He shows you where your rooms are, which are actually. Let me see if I can. Oh no, I can't. Darn. Can I mark? Oh, I can. Sweet. So your rooms are going to be roughly around here. Somewhere around there. Yeah.
Wait, are we just? Is it just one room, or does R6 get his own room?
It's one room.
He doesn't really need his own room.
It's not a huge ship, so you do kind of have to have one.
Is it like kind of like I would think of these ships like it's just a really small room with like almost like a bunk type, small bed.
If you've seen only one episode of Rebels where it has the inside of the Ghost, it's really just you walk in and 2 feet more there's one bunk in the wall.
Right. But there's enough for R6 to also just get in there and.
Oh yeah. So, like you can lay down on the bunk, and there's enough room out of the way that R6 can just sit and shut down.
So I can lay down and I can set my beverage on top of R6's head.
Pretty much. R6, don't move. Don't dream me.
It's going to be really hard, boss.
You do know, however, that the main bridge is all the way across the docking tube area, which, nice enough for you, actually has a moving walkway to make it faster.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like split into like an airport, so it's like you got moving walkway with intermittent breaks, and then there's an actual you can just walk the whole way if you wanted.
Like the airport, does it say the moving walkway is about to come to an end?
No, it doesn't say that.
Okay.
Because they assume you have eyes or some sort of.
How barbaric!
That's why they're the rebels and not the Imperials. They don't have that extra stuff.
Yeah, they don't cater to stupidity.
Jeez, I thought the Empire was bad.
So are we just hanging out in the room here or what?
Well, you can if you want. I imagine you kind of want to take a minute to breathe or something, because you now are actually with the rebellion at the moment, which you may or may not have actually planned on. But yeah.
Hey, R6. I think we just joined the rebellion, maybe.
Well, not officially. You haven't been offered the job yet, but you are sitting on a general's ship after helping out someone who the general is talking to personally. So putting 2 and 2 together.
Well, what do you think, R6? What do you think, R6? If they offer us to join?
I'm not sure how I feel about this. But it can't be any worse than our previous disposition.
Yeah, well, I mean, neither of us are any fans of the Empire.
It's true.
Yes. Will anyone get hurt?
Probably.
Yeah. I think, wait, you're asking Alani?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, R6, have people gotten hurt on our other jobs we've done so far?
Multiple times.
Yes, I think that's probably going to continue no matter what we do.
Then I am complacent with this.
It's not an easy galaxy out there.
No, it is not.
Learning.
Learning that the hard way.
Yeah. So shortly after you finish this conversation, there's a little ding with a do do do, and then a somewhat robotic sounding voice says, "Would the freelancer and her droid please make their way to the main bridge?"
Oh, is that the general or an actual droid?
No, it's some robotic
I'm
sounding
just
voice.
kidding. I'm just kidding that the general was a robot. Sound like
No, it's slightly female sounding. So
yeah. Okay, wait. She said, "What would you like to make our way to the?"
to the main bridge.
Okay, we just heard this through the door. We don't see it yet.
Yeah, no, it's because it's a ship-wide
Intercom.
system. Yeah,
Actually,
alert system. Basically.
is there a port nearby I could interface with?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, R6, hang on. Don't be poking around where you're not supposed to, though. All right, we just made friends with these people.
But I need to know how to get to the bridge.
No. The
we already
droid
know
showed
that.
you.
Yeah, we already know that. We took a tour, remember?
Yeah. Basically, it showed you all the places labeled on this map.
Ah, curses.
It didn't actually take you into some of those places, but it showed you where the doors were.
R6 just wanted to know the layouts of the
Keep your
ship.
jacks. Keep your jacks out of other people's ports.
Damn it! It's my
Oh
favorite
my.
thing.
We know you like the Nebula MB frigate R6, but it's not into you. I'm sorry.
It's like she was giving me all these signs.
It's like that one
Those
Futurama
afterbirds,
episode.
man. So pretty.
Got
All right, so let's head towards the bridge, the main bridge.
Okay. It takes you about 10, 15 minutes, because I assume you take the fast way.
Mhm.
So yeah, you get there, you walk in, pretty busy. You see you're already in hyperspace, you never actually felt it, which is saying something, because you kind of felt something, at least when you were on your own ship.
And our ship
But
is docked with it, so it goes along with it, right?
Yep. But yeah, you can totally see that, like, there's the stretched stars. It's kind of busy, like a normal ship at work is nowhere near like wartime you imagine. The general's standing there off to the side. He's speaking with some other dude who's got a data pad. Soon enough, he sees you. He waves off the dude and he walks forward and gestures to the side room. Has a desk and two chairs. Kind of not really comfy looking, but they're more practical than comfy. So he gestures to in there and he goes, "If you don't mind, I have a few questions."
Sure thing. Go ahead.
Okay. You take a seat. He closes the door behind you guys and he takes a seat. And he goes,
Wait, is he? Okay, I'm in a chair. Is there a desk or anything?
"Yeah. There's like a table."
I'm gonna prop my feet up on the table and lean back, very relaxed.
He
Also
doesn't,
because I think it might annoy him.
he doesn't give an outward sign of annoyance. In fact, if you had to guess, you'd probably say that he's probably seen it a lot. Where at this point he's just resigned to the fact that most of the pilots that he invites in, that he works with, just do that just because.
Rebel scum.
No, he's not that far along.
I hope not. He's one of the leaders of the
He's much more
rebellion.
of a military man. He's much more by the books and sort of thing. So he would never put his feet on this desk thing, but he's kind of resigned himself to the fact that not everyone is him.
Wise man.
Sad. So yeah, he sits down and he takes a few seconds to I guess gather himself. He goes, "So Wedge told me you helped him out.
Certainly.
We did.
Would you mind filling me in on your side of the story? Why were you there? What happened?"
Okay, hang on. Out of character. What? I'm trying to remember everything. Well, wait. Mord. Hang on.
Okay.
Mord more or less wanted us to get those guys out of there, right?
Yeah, Mord. Yeah, you had contacted Mord because you had.
We were trying to track down the Night Sisters, right? From the
Yeah.
other bounty thing we had, the job.
Yeah, I don't think we ever
said,
turned
"Yeah,
that
I
in
can help you
either.
out."
Did
No, we got totally off track on that one. That's fine.
we?
And then Mord wanted us to get the bounty hunters out of there.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess there's nothing.
His men went originally to rescue the Night Sisters from Tatooine,
Right.
and then they got captured on their way out by the interdicted ship, which he
All right,
recruited
well-
you to rescue them from.
Nate, I guess there's nothing in that story that we really couldn't tell him, right? I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, nothing really incriminating unless the Mandalorian group is a well-known.
Right. But we could just fake ignorance, which would be true. We don't know.
Yeah. Some dude named Mord was just like, "Hey, help us out, get
All right,
money."
we'll tell him then we'll tell him the truth, all the full details.
All the gory details. So as you continue on, he doesn't interrupt you at all, which
Very polite.
because there's actually a few times where his eyebrows actually raise and he shows some sort of surprise, especially when you talk about seeing two Emperor's hands.
And Team Fluffy
and-
Kittens.
Well, that's a good question. Do you leave out Team Fluffy Kitten?
Oh, is that when you created the AI?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know if we want to say that part. Right?
but he's so proud of it.
Oh, well, all right. Well, Elani did not volunteer that. If R6 did, okay, fine, but she didn't volunteer that information.
Completely by accident.
So you pretty much leave it as we escaped the ship with these two guys with Wedge, and that was pretty much it. And then R6 bumps in and goes, "And we created an AI, and it was awesome. He's so cute."
Pretty much. It is
Yeah.
possibly sentient.
Shortly after you finish his story, he blinks a couple times and he goes, "All right then. Do you have any more information on these two Emperor's hands that you saw?"
Hmm.
This is the
R6.
first I've heard of it.
Yeah, R6 does chime in and says one of the figures that emerged from the corridor that there was intense fighting at was very menacing in appearance, but nothing else you could discern besides that.
He strokes his beard and he's thinking. He goes, "Everything the Empire throws is menacing." Any like signature thing he did or wore or something?
He had a lightsaber.
As soon as you say that, he like kind of freezes. He goes, "A lightsaber?"
Indubitably.
He leans back. He goes, "Can't say I haven't seen one before, but they're certainly not common. This is definitely news. I'll have to take to the rest of them."
Out of character for a second. Sorry, remind me. What did we establish about that? We probably would have heard about Luke Skywalker.
Like Luke Skywalker is, depending on the planet, a hero or one of the biggest.
One of the heroes of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Do we know
Yeah.
he's? Do we know he's a?
You
Have
don't
we heard
know he's
rumors about him being a Jedi?
No. The most you know is that he actively participated in the Battle of Endor in some way, shape, or form.
But we know he's like one of the main kind of hero figures of the rebellion, of the
Yes, along with a guy named Han Solo.
big right. Oh yeah,
And Leia.
she definitely would have known about him.
Yeah.
And Princess Leia.
And Princess Leia. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Alani will ask, Hey, do you know Luke Skywalker or Han Solo? Just totally random. Should have asked that.
Right. He just blatantly goes, I'm not surprised that you know those names. Yeah, I know both of them. Why?
Hey, can we meet them?
He goes, no, General Solo is busy and on various missions that I may or may not know about. And I forget his rank. There we go, Commander Skywalker. Yeah, Commander Skywalker is also currently busy. He says that with like a touch of disgust / hesitancy.
Really?
But yeah, so
we do.
Oh, go ahead.
Any kind of perception type check we can do to try to figure out any more about why he said it that way, or no? It's fine if we don't. I'm just wondering.
Say that one more time.
Is there any kind of check we can do, like a perception type check, to know why he was saying it kind of with disgust, or like
the inflection he put on it?
What's off? Well, yeah, what's up with him and Luke?
Yeah. Sorry, folks. My screen is going to go all black for a second. I'd say you could do perception.
Okay.
Perception to find out, or if you don't want to find out and you want them to actually tell you, you could probably go with coercion.
Interesting. All right, so folks, these are some of the skill checks we're doing now. This is actually the first roll of the day. Well, besides the force.
Yeah.
All right. Well, mine are pretty. I think I'll just. Well, coercion. That's more of a forceful thing, though, right?
Coercion is more diplomacy because you do have an intimidate skill.
Oh, right.
Yeah, coercion is like persuading someone to do something.
Wait, I don't see intimidate. Where's intimidate?
I'm looking. I know there's an intimidate-like skill.
It should be on there.
It's not called intimidate.
No. Deception? No. Not deception.
Sure it's not coercion?
Oh, that's right, because charm is the version of persuasion.
Yeah, so coercion is actually.
Yeah, coercion is.
Oh, can I try to charm him?
Sure.
I'm good at charm. Twi'leks are good at charm.
You got this, no problem.
All right.
Let's make it a. He's a hard military man. Let's say we'll say 4 difficulty.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
I won't upgrade it though.
And I don't think this is really worth upgrading ours either, right?
Only if you want to.
I mean, Nate, I don't think this is really probably enough of a big deal, right, to be doing this.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, all right. It just kind of for shits and giggles, All right, here we go. Okay. What are these? Hang on. The circular things, like it looks like a target. Is that threat? That's threat, right?
I think so. Yeah, the ones on the purple die.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? One success, 2 threat.
Nice.
I rolled 4 failures with 5 success, so 1 success total.
You were lucky.
No joke.
Hey man, I'm one charming Twi'lek.
Perfect.
Oh, hey, Johnny Pappas just joins us in the chat. What's up, Johnny? He's a good buddy of ours. Thanks for watching, sir.
Oh, who is it?
Johnny Pappas. He watches Super Geeked Up sometimes.
Nice.
He helped me out at San Diego Comic Con with SGU and my other panels.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, cool. I meant to see if I could find your panels on YouTube. I wasn't able to. I never forgot.
That's because I have not put them up yet.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay.
They actually might be on Comic Con HQ at some point. They actually asked for permission to do that. So
sweet.
All right. So anyway, what did I glean of my charm?
You glean that he doesn't really care for Luke Skywalker at all. He does his best to hide it, especially to the rest of his troops, because a lot of them actually, or you assume, are look up to Luke as like this really cool dude, like who came out of nothing and is now like creaming the Empire's ass every chance. Really, it's the story of a farm dude
who
just-
technically blew up the Death Star twice.
Yeah. Well, technically, the second time it was Lando Calrissian, but
That's true. But still, he was key in, you know.
Yeah.
oh yeah, he
Taking
was
the shields down.
bringing himself in and defeating Darth Vader.
And
Doing
taking
absolute-
the Emperor down, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
why was you
Emperor-
like that guy?
Well, he doesn't like him because he sees a very naive boy who's fairly lax in discipline. Basically, he's almost the opposite of what the general is. The general is like this hard, by the books, no real emotion kind of guy. Luke Skywalker is the exact opposite.
Right.
Okay, so that's what he's. All right, so then Alani will tell him, well, if he's the opposite of you, I think I'm really going to like him. Oh, did we lose Tom?
You kind of like glitched out on me.
Oh, broke up. All right, we back? We good?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Alani will say to the general, if Luke's the opposite of the general, then she'll probably really like Luke.
He shrugs. He goes, "Maybe you will. You wouldn't be the first, and you certainly won't be the last."
Oh.
Man, well, what a jerk this guy is in terms of not liking Luke. I don't say that to him. I'm just coming. I don't say that's character. That was out of character.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Erase. He stands up. He offers you a hand. He goes, "I want to thank you again for helping out Wedge and his team. They'll be departing within the next day or two for another mission. I don't suppose you have anywhere you want to be or a reward of some sort?"
Oh.
I don't expect freelance smugglers or bounty hunters or whatever you would call yourself to work for
Well,
free.
R6 dings, actually. It's an audible ding, but he plays a very
A random light bulb appears over your head.
Yes. No, he asks if he has any spare droid parts.
He looks at you kind of odd. He goes, "We have plenty. I'll let you take a peek then."
All right, and Alani will say, well, we never turn down a reward, but you have anything else that needs doing that, people of our talents might be able to help with?
He thinks a bit. He goes, "I personally don't, but there might be some others in the high command that would be more than happy to utilize your skills. I imagine you'll be staying with us until we get to Utapau."
Sounds good to us.
No?
Okay. And once we get there, then I can help put you through to the rest of them. Maybe they can help you. We also have a few ships there if you want to upgrade, maybe. We don't use them anymore.
Oh, excellent.
That can definitely work. I think it needs a tune-up anyway.
Well, before
Probably
we leave,
does.
she'll ask if he knows where she can find Wedge.
He motions with his head, because I assume at this point you guys are walking out of the little conference room.
Yeah.
So he motions to his head back towards the door. He goes, "Probably on the on the quote unquote bar level," and he does these with air quotes, and then turns and heads back to the front of the bridge.
Now, wait, did he say he was going to check with other people in the command if they have jobs for us, or we need to check?
He said he can help put you through to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate middlemen.
Well, after we're out of his earshot, I'll tell her, she says, well, hopefully those command guys have more personality than that general.
Are you sure the
You
skin
pass
is
a
not
couple
just
orderlies as you
guys?
say this, and they chuckle, but they keep going.
What was R6 saying?
Oh, are you sure the skin he's wearing isn't a disguise?
Maybe he's a Terminator.
I'll be back.
Put the cookie down.
But yeah,
All right, let's head towards
you
the
guys go
bar.
to the quote-unquote bar level. It's basically just the kitchen area. It's a it's a couple floors back up. You walk in, got some wonderful food for to grab. You can get mystery meat. You can get mashed potatoes. You can get all the basic staple cafeteria sci-fi foods.
What is I don't know what looks the most appetizing?
The most appetizing, probably the cake.
Cake?
Yep. And even that looks slightly questionable.
All right, I guess I'll have some cake.
Okay.
R6 will have nothing. He's not hungry.
Some oil.
There is a.
John, I know Chris in the chat says, I don't think anyone wants to know what's in that mystery meat.
No.
That's true.
Greasy, grimy gopher got moldy minced monkey meat, dirty, dirty birdie feet.
Maybe it's Rancor.
Hey, Rancor meat's tough, man.
I know. I don't think we want to chew it.
Yeah, you gotta boil that shit for a couple days before you can eat it.
But what does it taste like? That's the question.
Chicken.
Really? Chicken?
No,
Oh,
I don't know.
know.
You certainly aren't being served Nerf steak, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, Nerf. That's a good stuff.
We could do some Nerf herders.
I know.
Some scruffy-looking ones
They
too.
don't even have to be scruffy looking. We'll just be getting them.
I don't know. I think Alani would like the scruffy ones.
Well, I don't know. I mean, but Wedge isn't scruffy looking.
That's true, but he is a military man. He's kind of required to keep no beard.
Yeah.
Plus, it helps with sticking them in Empire areas.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
All right, so I get some cake.
Yep. Tastes half decent. It's cake.
So, do I see Wedge?
Yeah, you see him. He's changed out now. He's in much more casual oriented clothes. Not in a tie uniform. He's basically wearing like a pocketed vest, the equivalent of jeans and a t-shirt. Sitting with two or three of his other, what you are pretty sure is like his other pilot buddies.
He's upgraded his outer shell.
Yeah, they're just sitting at a table joking, enjoying life, if you will.
Okay, so there's a table there. Is what else? So there are other tables. Is there like a bar with bar stool type stuff?
No bar with a bar stool. It's just like an actual cafeteria sort of thing.
Okay. Is there any? Are there any empty tables or not too far from Wedge?
There's a couple.
Okay.
Most have at least one person sitting at the table. At a table.
Is there any totally empty? Couple totally empty, you said?
There's a couple, but they're in the corner. There's one right next to him that has what looked like a Rhodian eating, chatting with an Ithorian. Basically, the really big L-necked aliens. Look like they're nicknamed Hammerheads because that's what
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah.
They're Ithorians. That's their actual name.
Yep.
Those are cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
really good long house.
Alani's going to walk behind Wedge, run her like hand and fingers along his shoulder on the back of his neck, and then just keep walking and sit down on one of the empty tables. And eat her cake.
Oh, you got it. You can eat it too.
As you do that, his buddies are like, "Oh!" and they bang the table a couple times. A couple tables nearby look over at you guys, going, "What the hell?" Wedge goes kind of red, and he's just like, "Shut up, idiots!" Pretty much.
That's what R6 does.
Yeah, he actually has it pre-recorded.
He downloaded it for this special occasion.
So does
Shortly after you
does he
sit
come
down,
over or anything?
his buddies. Yeah, shortly
Oh.
after you sit down, his buddies pack up and head out, but they're like whispering amongst each other and looking back at you guys. Wedge gets up and moves because he's only half finished, and he sits down across from you. He goes, "Hey there, little miss. I hear someone got congratulated."
Yeah, we did. That general is something, all right.
He laughs. He goes, "Yeah, he's something. Not sure what, but he's something."
He really doesn't like Luke Skywalker for some reason.
He nods and takes a bite of what you seem to think is the mystery meat, but it doesn't look that good. He goes, "Well, I can't speak for what his feelings are on good old Luke, but all I know is kid's a genius. I like him."
Well, if you like him, he must be a good guy.
Oh, you got no clue. Dude came from a Tatooine farm. Did you know that?
I didn't. Well, I'm assuming she didn't know that, right?
Yeah, the common knowledge that you've gleaned since the rebellion began is that Luke Skywalker is kind of an enigma. Like, he doesn't actually share much of his past.
By the way, in the chat, Blair says R6 has a Winamp processor. He kicks the Bantha's ass.
Miss Winamp.
All right. So anyway, yeah. So she'll say, "I didn't know he was a Tatooine. We were actually just there recently."
He chuckles and goes, "I know. I assume that's where you guys came from, considering the ship was the closest planet to it." Why were you guys really there? Certainly wasn't to help me.
Well, the people were either in need of help or trying to kill us.
It was a fun time.
He nods. He goes, "Okay, understandable."
I'm sure you're no stranger for people trying to kill you.
He chuckles and goes, "Nope. Live it on the edge every galactic day."
All right. So give us the real deal here. What's it like being in the rebellion?
He takes a minute, another bite. He goes, "To be perfectly honest, I rather enjoy it. I mean, it may not seem like we do much good in the grand scheme of things, and I certainly don't have a mind for high command. But it certainly is. It's fun. I mean, you saw those idiots. We're pretty much an inner family, and we watch each other's backs." Why? You interested in joining?
Alani will reflect for a minute if I get the mention of the family, because that's something she has not had for a long time. Well, R6 is actually the closest.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't really thought about it before, but I kind of am actually now, considering it.
He nods. He goes, "To be fair, not a lot of people actually don't join us right off the bat. It takes them some time to think. So by all means, take time to think. You already have my number. You can call me up whenever you want."
Let me take you up on that.
Well,
She knocks R6. Knock it off.
He also goes, "Well, I mean, within reason. I mean, I can't really answer if I'm on the toilet or like in the middle of a mission, obviously, but."
On the toilet. We never actually see toilets in Star Wars, do we?
No?
You never really see toilets in any sci-fi stuff, generally. A
Yeah.
lot of times.
No, but I know bathroom layout pretty much. There's actually it's not a shower anymore. It's a sand steam, and I think it's just a mist. It's a mix of misting and water. Basically, it's essentially a shower.
Oh, in the Star Wars universe, you mean?
Yeah, with chemically enhanced water.
Useful.
All right, so she'll say, so what about that race we were going to do?
He
I don't
laughs.
know
He
if it
goes,
was a race or it was just a piloting. I forget.
yeah, it was something. He just laughs. He goes, well, we are in the middle of hyperspace. I don't think it'd be a good idea to do it now. Especially considering we left the TIE bombers behind, and I can't really work with any of those.
See, excuses, because you know I'm going to win.
R6 chimes in. Yeah, this is the Great Rebellion. Obviously, you have something at your disposal.
He laughs. He goes, oh, yeah, I got something. Just the X-Wing is sitting where we're at. Once we get there, maybe we'll come back to it. Hopefully, I'll have another extra day once we get there before I go on the mission. Otherwise, I might have to call a rain check.
And when did the general say you leave? A day or two?
Yeah, it'll take us about a day or two to get to Utapau. So, but if I know anything, then that means we're probably going to need my starfighter when we get there. I'm hoping we finally get to go against the Empire actively again. It's the best time to hit them. But
because
they
they're in
haven't
such disarray.
campaigns in a long time.
Well, it seems like you guys aren't doing too bad for yourselves.
Well, I mean, the fact that we're still around means we're doing pretty damn good. To be honest, I'm rather surprised myself some days.
No kidding.
R6, have anything else to add or question?
Well, R6 thinks him and Alani are pretty resilient as well. You know, in fact, if he wasn't so sure that it would require a large group of people to form an organization such as the Rebellion, they would be considered their own rebellion.
Does he say that to Wedge?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Wedge just openly cackles for a good minute before he finally gathers himself enough, pat you on the head, and goes, "I bet my bottom dollar on it too, man." He's wiping tears from his eye, still trying to collect himself.
Bottom dollar? Why not all of them?
Alani actually laughed to his smiles at R6.
Whew, I haven't laughed like that in ages. Awesome. But I need some sleep, and I imagine you guys probably do too. So until next time, he raises an eyebrow.
Sure, she'll. What? Hey, do we have is there a number to our quarters? Like, are they assigned numbers or anything?
6.
Not really. All the crew areas are roughly in the same area. So,
is there any way for me? Okay, how would I relay to someone how to find where we are?
oh, you can just tell them it's the docking area aft of the docking tube. I mean, it's the crew area to the aft of the docking tube.
How would you know exactly which room it is, though?
Computer.
The computer. Okay.
Yeah, this guest bedroom. It's there's a block of 3 or 4 guest bedrooms, and there's only one that's currently occupied, so it's not going to be that hard.
Okay. Wait. So we're in the crew quarters in the aft, right, part of the ship. That's where you
guys are sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'll tell them. If you can't get to sleep, you can always come see me in our quarters. I guess we'll leave it at that. I guess.
He winks. He goes, "Well, that's a given, I assumed." Then he takes his little tray and heads off. And as he heads off, he goes, "Sleep well, Alani."
She'll give him a wave.
All right.
Blair in the chat says 3 seashells. Isn't that a game or something? No,
Yeah.
no. The 3.
No.
Oh shit! It's the toilet thing in What is it? Is it Fifth Element? No, what is it? Do you know what I'm talking about? The 3 seashells. It's a sci-fi thing.
No.
No. It's Demolition Man. Demolition
Mixing
Man.
game. Like where you put a
Demolition Man.
pebble underneath one.
Blair confirmed that, but I think it's Demolition Man. Yes, he did. He just confirmed it. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Dreaming Dark in the chat just got Demolition Man as well. If you haven't seen it, I love that movie. It was my introduction to Sandra Bullock back when she was young, and Sylvester Stallone is a cop who's cryogenically frozen, and then they have to unfreeze him in the future to deal with a criminal played by Wesley Snipes. Anyway, the 3 seashells are in like the bathroom, and he has no idea, and he never discovers how to use them or what they're used for. And it's actually never explained, I think, in the whole movie, like what exactly they do. Probably a good reference, Blair. I love that movie.
I don't know.
Which movie?
Demolition Man.
Oh, okay.
They made a reference to the 3 seashells, and then I was trying to figure out what movie it was from in the chat. Okay. Anyway, what you missed, ours, Nate, is that Alani basically just more or less propositioned.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
But anyway, but he walked away, so we'll see what that happens.
I mean,
I'm glad I just didn't go with my R6 is happy to go along with the ride.
Yeah. So she'll say, to R6, she'll say, all right, so R6, so if Wedge comes by later, I need you to go somewhere else.
Is it for security purposes?
Yes, it is. Wedge and I are going to be having a very important high security clearance interpersonal chat, and you have to make sure no one interrupts us.
You got it, Chief.
We'll be interfacing very closely, to put it in terms you might understand.
R6 still doesn't get it, but you know what? It sounds good to him.
You know what? R6 does bring up the fact that, maintaining security protocols would be much easier if I had my pit droid scopes with me.
Ah, well, maybe that's a great idea. You can go work on him while I'm talking to Wedge. And, it's fine if it takes you an hour or two.
It takes you longer
Multitasking is
than an hour.
efficient.
It's okay.
Don't be in a rush. If there's a sock on the door, don't come in.
These are sliding doors. They don't have handles.
Yeah, I know. Well, I can lock them, right? Obviously, I hope.
Yeah, you could.
Okay. And then watch R6 freaking
It's a pretty simple override.
I'll hack the lock and walk in on it.
Why is he interfacing with your port?
Alani, I didn't know you had a port there. What the heck?
Why is he jacking in? Your organics confuse me.
I'm trying to think of an awesome job. I got nothing. All right.
And then R6 starts to refer to all organics as meat bags. And HK-40.
No, I don't want evil R6.
No, HK-47 is not evil. He's glorious.
So in the chat, Dreamy Dark says first he loves Dennis Leary in the Demolition movie, but then he says R6 should warn about potential viruses when transferring data. And viruses for receptors. I like that.
Oh, that's great.
That's a good one.
That was really good.
Great. I mean, jeez.
I was going to say first, I'm like, no, he's not a medical droid. And then you said about data. I'm like, oh, yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, who knows what lurks out there in the far-flung galaxy of Star Wars?
You don't want those viruses, man.
Yeah.
It's not worth
I'm
it.
going to hope they have some kind of inoculation that protects you or something.
Yeah, pretty much. Space AIDS.
Or condoms. Yeah.
At least as far as I know.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't want her knocking her up or anything.
You've been infected with a parasite.
Yeah, imagine that, like, her stomach gets big and you're like, what happened? You've been infected. You're like, get rid of that and parasite. Like, no, it's a baby. It's okay.
But it's leeching off your resources.
Lonnie, why the heck is your body changing?
This could seriously, this could so be a sitcom. The Alani and R6 like sitcom.
It really would. It really would. It'd be beautiful.
He messes up all her dates.
You got the background audience chuckle. So yeah, on your way back, R6, you find off to the side before you reach the docking tube a almost like a parts storage. Just also so happens to be where the quartermaster is. So you can duck in there if you want. I'm assuming Alani is going straight for bedroom.
Well, after deciphering exactly what the room would be, he is ecstatic because now he can truly get to work on one of his new best friends and accomplices.
There might be multiple orgasms going on here. He's going to have like a technological orgasm at this time.
He just peeks in and he's like, "Oh, that's a cryogenic shaft converter." Yes.
Oh, good. So Alani thinks, oh, good. He'll be busy for a long time. And then she scoots away.
He turns and he's slowly walking. He goes, "Wow."
Have fun, R6. By the way, in the chat, Chris Halley said he would watch a sitcom like that every week. Maybe we can make a web series out of it.
Oh,
we could.
Yes.
It'd be kind of hard to do, though. I'd have to write up scripts and everything, too.
Well, I'm a writer.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Huh. It's an idea.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Alani goes off to bed. R6, however.
Well, I'm actually going to bed. I'm just going to my room.
Quote, unquote. You're going back to the bed area.
Put something sexy
R6.
on.
Yeah.
I
R6,
don't want anything sexy, actually, but...
Yeah, you do kind of have only the clothes on your back at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless you get the orange jumpsuit from the ship.
Oh, that'll turn him on. If he has like a
Well,
It could be his thing. I mean, he was working at a prison undercover, so...
Actually, she'll probably just get naked and get under the sheet and pose herself provocatively.
pitch me like one of your French girls.
I don't think you know what French is, but...
I don't know either. So yeah, R6 walks into this part area. Quartermaster dude looks up from his little like side workstation desk thing and goes, "Hey, what can I help you with?"
Let's see. What species is he?
He looks human.
Okay. All right. Good day, fine sir. I am in much need of required parts for a fellow droid of mine.
He nods and he steps away as he wipes his hands on a little like towel thing. He goes, "Okay, what kind of friend we got here?"
It is a pit droid. I have so lovingly dubbed Scopes.
He chuckles. He goes, "I like your style. Let's see what we got." He walks over to like a smaller pile off to the side. Looks a lot more droid-like and not ship-like. He's digging through. He goes, "What does he need?"
He requires power to function and a visual aid in order for him to see.
So we got a camera and a battery. Let's see. He's running through. You can see him picking up a couple things. He walks back, and there's this low box sort of thing. He kind of places it all on there. Points to one of the batteries. He goes, "That right there is an X-23 cell. That should last you a while. Kind of unstable, though, sometimes. So I've heard. Working condition. Yeah, kind of. And then you got this one over here is the P25. Pretty good, actually. I use this in a lot of my electronics myself, in various sizes. I just like the brand. That's what I got for working batteries right now. Unless you want to take a broken one and try to fix that, charge that back up.
Actually, yes. What is the most efficient yet broken battery you have?
That's an interesting request.
He low whistles. He goes, well, let me see here. And he goes back over to the little pile and starts digging again. Pulls out these 2 halves of a battery, it looks like.
2 halves of a battery.
This right here, made from Sullust, the Sullust Core Industries, what have you. I forget the name exactly. But this thing is the most efficient battery on the market. Not exactly high-powered, but efficient as hell.
Good.
But as you can see, it's pretty much dead.
Well, I will gladly take it.
Are you sure?
Indeed. How much?
Well, those other ones I'd say maybe 20. This thing broken, and I doubt you could fix it. So 2.
2. Wow, what a deal.
I'm sold.
He shakes his head. He goes, "More power to you, I guess." Hands it to you.
Nice pun.
Does R6 understand
I
puns?
wasn't trying to make a pun, but that's a good one. I like that. As for cameras, you got this one over here. It's a C37 lens. It's pretty good. It has zoom function, has multiple options. Typically works in standard camera function, where it gives you just plain old normal view sight. Or you got this one over here, built primarily with the purpose of having like a HUD schematic overlaid with the actual sight. That one's pretty cool. Depends on which one you want. You want the one with the HUD schematic, or do you want one that has like a thermal imaging sort of an EM emitting camera function?
What would be most useful for onboard ship maintenance and casual conversation?
Both. I mean, because really, there's only sometimes you could use the one with the schematics, but everything else, like if you're trying to find a leak, the EM and the heat imaging would work a lot better.
Okay. Then which one is cheaper?
I'd give them both to you for 25.
Very well. We shall take the thermal imaging.
All right. He hands you that one. Anything else I can get you?
Is there an upgradable dome piece for a pit droid?
We don't use pit droids a lot. You see those on the outer rim a lot. Oh, let me take a look. He doesn't even go back to the pile. He goes past that and past the big pile. You just hear him going like crashing around a couple things. Comes out. It's kind of dinged, not as badly as Scopes' current dome, but he comes out with his other pit droid dome. It's kind of dinged up. This is the best I got right here.
Well,
all of us have carbon scoring and or holes through them. I don't know why we haven't dumped those yet. You got to talk with Jerry about his inventory.
It's perfect.
He just chuckles. He goes, "Man, that droid's gonna have one best friend." You know what? This one's on the house. Have fun.
He gladly accepts.
Any sort of weapons or armor you guys might need? I don't imagine you guys will be staying with us for very long.
Weapons or armor? Well, R6 thinks it over, jostles the idea around a bit, and finally comes to the conclusion, I never willingly put myself into harm's way, so I don't foresee a striking need for such things.
He nods. He goes, "Yeah, it makes sense. You're an astromech. Why would you get in harm's way on purpose?"
You would be surprised.
I'll bet I would be. You tell that friend of yours if she wants weapons or armor to come on by and see what I got. Might have something she wants.
Oh, it's the perfect time to come in when I totally shouldn't. But yes.
Exactly.
So let's see.
So you get your parts
Yes, that would be 27 credits, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Why can't I remember where they were located on this sheet?
Well, you're getting your parts. Maybe I'm seeing Wedge's parts.
Well,
Some parts
let me see here.
yourself.
Jeff,
Yes.
high or low?
High or low?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Does she want to be on top or bottom? Like, what do
No,
you
no, no.
guys
You just pick high or low.
just pick one? What does that have to do with, though?
Because I'm making a roll here.
Yeah, I was going
Oh,
to
it's
say.
like a 50-50 shot?
Yeah.
High.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Is it high?
That is 97.
Damn.
So that was really high. Unbeknownst to you, you were followed.
Ooh.
Ilani was followed, or 6?
Yeah. Well, Alani and R6, but R6 broke off and no one really noticed behind you, so. Yeah, you were totally followed by Wedge Antilles,
Ooh.
who decided to try and share a bunk tonight.
She is 100% good with that.
Fade to black.
Yep.
R6, play the
Now
song.
you can play the R6. No. What music is that? I meant like the porn
Yes.
music.
Can you feel the love?
Stop it. That's a great
Okay.
song, but not appropriate for the scene.
So, yeah, R6 totally absconds to the ship with his little bag of droid goods. And
Alright.
I assume it's in a bag.
By the way,
Roll.
so wait, if the roll was low, does that mean he did not go to her room?
Yeah, that means he crashed on his own.
Oh, all right. Hey, look at that. I could not resist.
I mean,
So come on,
if you
seriously.
said low, if you had said low and I rolled high, it would have been the same thing. It's just a matter of which one would you prefer.
Oh, okay.
I could have done the same thing with even or odd.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you rolled what I said, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, but seriously, who's going to resist a beautiful Twi'lek girl?
Achieve
Would have been a
it.
better percentage had you actually like charmed him with that too. You rolled the charm roll.
Oh, hey. Well, give me that option next time.
I mean, that's real. Either way, you made it. Because even
Yeah,
if I
that's
gave
fine.
you a
She didn't,
percentage,
she didn't need to turn on the charm that much.
yeah, no, she didn't. She already really charmed him from the first. So
Yeah. Wedged between a bed and a hard place.
Oh, God.
this is
Well,
a family
there's not much room in there,
show.
so yeah, we do have to really wedge ourselves in. To that bed.
Goodness gracious, R6, get your mind off the butter. So yeah, hours pass.
Oh, by the way, in the chat, I was asking people what career they would like to choose out of the 6 that Edge of the Empire has. Dreamy Dark says, personal favorite from what I've read, bounty hunter, assassin for a sniper. But then he also, Chris Hadley says technician because I'll be trying to fix all the messes around the ship. Well, that's what R6 does, basically.
They
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
got any messes around the ship yet. Then again, they haven't gotten into space combat either. So
Actually, so they just chose the 2 things we are. I'm bounty hunter, he's technician.
Hey, you're right.
no surprise, no one picked the Jedi. Oh,
Actually, I didn't give them as an option. It's not in Edge of the Empire.
yeah, no, that's in Age of Rebellion.
Yeah.
And then, what is it? Force? Path of the, what is it, the Force one called? Force?
Force.
Damn it. I knew it a second ago.
I have the book.
Well, when they're
No, the RPG after Age of Rebellion, there was a Force specific one. That came out.
No, I think that was just a very large expansion pack.
Force and Destiny. No, it's called Force and Destiny.
Force and Destiny.
Ah,
that's
yeah,
right.
that's right. That's right. It has a lot of the cool different obligations and whatnot.
Yeah, and a bunch of like added Force stuff.
Oh, and duties.
Duties. Yeah, I never got duties. No, duties was Rebellion.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I tried reading through that. I'm like, this seems to be the exact same thing as obligation, except backwards. It's confusing. Like, instead of being worried about something, you're obligated to do something that session. Kind of like railroading. But that's what I gathered from it anyway.
Yeah.
I never got it. So Oh yeah. So, yep. A couple hours past R6. Roll me 3 maintenance checks.
Wait, maintenance.
3 difficulty or just 3 separate maintenance checks?
Three separate ones. Let me see. Let me double check here.
Mechanics or computer?
Mechanics. That's what I meant.
Mechanics. Okay.
I knew it was ME something.
Yeah. You said 3 difficulty.
No, three different checks. First
okay.
one will be inputting the battery. Actually, no, that should probably be last because otherwise you might shock yourself. Knowing what you know, first one is replacing the head. That will be.
Well, actually, the head will just kind of remain around. It won't actually be replaced. R6 had downloaded accidentally a holovid of this strange play where a person had lifted up the skull of a deceased of its own species and recanted its name and various tales involving it.
Okay. So it's a spare part then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so there are only 2 checks. One, the camera, or the sight, 3 difficulty.
Roll.
What happened?
Oh, was it a close one?
Okay. I didn't realize it put the proficiency checks of a certain sigil at the very, very far back. Okay, because I thought I had failed this, but then I realized it was yellow and that meant good, and then I realized what the symbols were. Oh, so I'll start from left to right. Hold on. 1 success.
Okay.
1 threat.
Okay.
3 triumph.
3 triumph.
Yeah.
Shit.
Triumphs are like the best things you can roll. You don't get them very often, but something amazing happened. If you get 1 triumph, we've never gotten 3, I don't think, in one roll. We've gotten 2.
We never gotten 2 until last session either. And 2
I'm okay. I just want to just go ahead and throw this out there. I am so glad I bumped up my mechanics by just 1, because that gave me the extra proficiency. Holy shit!
Okay. Well, you win. The camera's attached.
Of course, it would be on the fucking droid upgrade or repair. Holy shit!
Not only that, but in the grand scheme of it all, you had a breakthrough on how to not only fix the battery, recharge it, put it in, but you also realized that there's a crap ton of unnecessary wiring. And you can totally remove that easily enough. And you upgraded the memory somehow. So you can actually later on add a voice box if you wanted.
Oh yes, please.
That seems 3 triumph worthy, right?
That is effing
short of
tastic.
spontaneously upgrading this pit droid into
like a battle droid or something,
a shielded war machine, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
You added a whole crap ton of upgrade options.
It is beyond fixed at this point, I guess.
The greatest pit droid ever.
Yeah, like I won't even make you roll a 2nd or 3rd time to fix the battery. You succeeded on everything in half the time you thought.
Shit. Wow.
You were so planning this that you had everything under control before you even started.
Wow.
And if folks don't know, the pit droids were the things in the Pod Racer episode 1. Is that right?
Yeah, episode 1. Like one of them got sucked through the engine, came out clean the other side, and thought it was the greatest ride ever.
If not a little woozy.
Yeah.
Let me share a couple things in the chat real quick. Dreaming Dark says, first off, he says, so this is 6 months after Jedi. A few years ago, and Thrawn can show up. And I let him or her know. Yeah, we were actually talking about that earlier in the show.
Yep.
How we want to see Thrawn. And then he said, I asked him what species or race they want to be. Dreamy Dark says, I would go for human. Though an assassin droid could be interesting, just look like you would have to pay too many of your starting points to get your stats up for the droids. Well, Nate, since you've made a droid, I mean, you do start very kind of low, right? But you get more points than other. How did it work? Okay for you? You feel?
Essentially, all of the other races come strapped with various stats because they're that race. A droid is all flat ones across the board, and you have a huge XP pool to pour into whatever you want, whether it's various skills.
Average Joe.
Yeah. You could put that into all of your different stats, your proficiencies, just all different kinds of things. It's kind of like depending also on the droid you pick, they are specialized. Or, hell, you can take them as bland as you want, where they're just kind of like jack of all trades.
Right.
Because you have that huge XP pool to play around with, but they'll never be as good at something as another race would be if they are extremely good in that particular field.
Right. For instance, I made a class that base, or I made a gun guy who at base had 3, and I think I bumped it up to a 5, and that was at character creation. By the end of it, he had a 6. But as a droid, I think the highest you can get is maybe a 4 at base, but that's leaving 2 or 3 of your other skills at 1.
Yeah.
Because for each time you level up a characteristic, it
bumps up exponentially in cost.
Yeah. So to go from 1 to 2 is 20 XP. To go from 2 to 3 is 30. So right there, you're spending 50 XP just to upgrade 1 characteristic to 30.
Oh yeah, like R6's cunning, willpower, and presence are all at 1.
Yeah. So you're not very smart.
Whoa!
Hey, he's really smart.
He's not.
No. I'm thinking you're not very wisdom oriented.
He's not the wisest. No,
not wisdom oriented.
He's
you're not really good at convincing people.
That's what I'm here for.
Except that one time.
Except that one time.
But those were events that actually happened.
Yes. Yeah. That's another thing. Is it gives you being a droid gives you a crap ton of customization options.
Yeah.
They're for the min-maxers who are not jerks. Very few and far between.
Hey, can I try to roll a triumph for what I'm doing with Wedge? I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Well,
I mean, hey.
Let's just say that room was really
he was like, that was the greatest night of my life.
Certainly wasn't the worst.
It's like, wow, man, you took me to light speed.
Bad puns are bad.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Ludicrous speed.
Best pun. All right. So yeah, you guys pop out of hyperspace about give or take 8 hours or so. R6, you've been.
Oh, that's about when Wedge and I are finishing.
Yeah. Pretty much when you wake up.
Okay.
Well,
that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. R6 has been busy orienting scopes with the layout of the ship, sharing glasses of oil, basically being cool bros.
The bromance.
Yeah, pretty much. The droid bromance has begun. Watch out, world. And Alani wakes up laying on top of a soft but firm thing, and she can feel her head going up and down very slowly.
I'm hoping this thing is Wedge.
So, yeah.
All right, so he's still there, right?
Yeah, he's still there, lightly snoring. But
Right,
because it's so hot, one of you guys had to sleep on the bottom.
Wait. We're like we're on top of him, basically, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. You're on top of him.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. You guys hop out of hyperspace, and not that you guys know this, but like about a half hour after you pop out of hyperspace, the intercom dings again. It goes, would all pilots please report to the shuttle bay? So, yeah. Would all pilots please report to the shuttle bay? And,
Does that wake Wedge up?
Yeah, he groans. He goes, I don't want to get up.
Well, sure. Obviously, you would rather stay here with me, but that general robot there is probably going to get pissed off if you don't go.
He cracks a smile. He goes, yeah, you're probably right. He gently kind of scoots out from under you and starts pulling on his pants and shit.
All right. She'll just lay in the bed and enjoy the view.
He's not enjoying the view either.
That's true.
Right before he leaves, he leans over, kisses you on the forehead. He goes, hey, don't be a stranger, okay?
She'll grab him and kiss him on the lips and tell him, you better believe I won't. And I'm still going to kick your ass on the race we're going to do.
He leans back, grabs his vest, swings it on really cool and nonchalantly. He goes, keep thinking that, honey. He walks out.
By the way, in the chat, Dreaming Dark says, but did you go to Plaid?
Well, no, I'm a Morg. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
All right. So I need a 5-minute break real quick. Is that okay?
5 minutes. Come on, go to the bathroom quicker than that.
No, obviously it's going to be quicker than that, but I'm just asking if that's all right.
Yeah. All right. So, folks, we're going to take a quick bathroom break here. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes, and we will continue. And we're going to have a lightsaber battle. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's going to happen.
Arc welder.
There is no race. That's the competition of who can swing the lightsaber the best.
There you go.
All right. So, hey, you can just leave that picture up there for now, right? Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine. So they can just stare. You can examine the ship some more, folks.
Or I could switch it to something better.
Oh, what else you got?
Let me see here.
You got some Twi'lek porn?
Oh yeah.
No, don't do that. I'm just kidding.
No, not yet.
I mean, show that to me
Yeah.
later, but not on the stream.
I can prep it.
What is that? Oh, I see. There's some hangers and stuff. Oh, it's kind of like a base. That's cool.
It's a base.
Very nice.
All right, cool. All right, folks, we'll see you back in just a couple minutes.
Yep.
Until next time.
All right, I got the whole show myself now. It's exciting. All right, I'll be back in a minute, guys, and we'll get back going. But if you're watching, hey, this is what I picked up this week, and and I'm just dropping it. All right, Final Fantasy. I'm going to switch over to me. Ooh, Final Fantasy 15. I finally got to start playing it yesterday. Let me know if anybody else picked that up. What do you think?
Oh, you played it?
Yeah. I just started. I played it yesterday. It came out Tuesday. I got it, but I didn't get a chance to play it till yesterday.
Was that the brand new
Okay.
Final Fantasy?
You got it.
My wife just bought that, the deluxe edition.
Oh, I just got the day one.
Yeah. So,
By the way,
somebody
can you guys tell me?
Go
ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, someone tell me if it's worth it, because last thing I got was Skyrim Special Edition, and I'm quite happy with that.
Oh,
So,
yeah, you're set.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
played
I'm
the
really so quick into it, so I can't even tell you yet. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
The rendering of the food in that game is astronomical.
Yeah,
Really?
the graphics are top notch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree with that, because I played the demo, and it was glorious.
Yeah.
But the plot and the gameplay sucked.
Well, that's what I'm not like. I do actually like that. Right off the bat, you just find out that the prince is on his way to like meet his bride from another kingdom. That actually intrigues me. That's cool. I like that.
I mean, I watched the movie Kingsglaive. It's a pretty good movie, actually.
Oh, is it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's on Netflix. I don't think it is.
It's so weird though.
Watch
Like I almost didn't get this because I didn't think it looked kind of weird to me for a Final Fantasy game, but it's Final Fantasy, so I had to do it. Like it's so weird that there's cars. Like
and especially Oldsmobiles like type deal. Yeah.
I don't know, like
Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
so it's like it's a weird melding of modern times but still with the magic and fantasy elements, you know?
Yeah, like how at the beginning it takes you from basically the Wild West to Spain was a decent transition, but
I mean, it could totally work. It's different.
yeah, it is. It definitely is.
You know, the first thing you do is your car just breaks down and you have to push it down the It's like I'm supposed to be a prince in this kingdom and the fucking car breaks down right away.
You literally sit there shoving this thing for a good while.
Right. And then Final Fantasy 15 title comes up as you're doing it.
It's like, I love this game. I love pushing cars.
But then at the garage you meet Cindy and she is super hot.
Oh yeah.
Sydney.
Granddaughter of Sid. There's always a Sid, right, in Final Fantasy. There's actually Sid. She is his granddaughter in the game. That's exactly what happens.
That's interesting.
It's kind of cool. I mean, it's interesting. Like, I don't know. It's kind of a cool concept.
I know Sid from Kingdom Hearts. I never got into Final Fantasy enough to actually play it.
Man. So, like, Final Fantasy VII is one of my all-time favorite games.
That's what I keep hearing, and I have it on my Steam and everything, but
wait, because they're redoing it with modern graphics. So
yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm just gonna wait for that, get it for my PS4, and play it that way.
I can't wait to play that. So real quick, I also picked this up as Quantum Break finally, because I've been meaning to get this.
Oh, okay.
And I had a great coupon from GameStop. I got this for $5 basically pre-owned with my coupon.
Nice.
And it's basically time travel. You know, if you haven't heard of controlling time and that stuff, it's pretty cool. They got really actually some awesome actors in this game.
There's like really slow time, bullet time, where you can control the bullet or something like that.
Sorta. I mean, you can't totally. Well, he does it at one point, sort of. But you can like kind of stop time and kind of freeze people in time and stuff.
Okay.
And they do some of that bullet time stuff, like Matrix.
What was it? There was actually a game coming out where you play as an android who's basically a negotiator.
Oh, it looks so fucking good.
Yes. I can't remember the name of it. If anybody recalls, please tell me.
Yeah, please tell us. It was like one of the E3 things I think that looked like the best. Oh, I think it's the PS4 exclusive, though. That's actually made me like almost say I need to get a PS4 because I have Xbox One.
Is that one where you got your memories erased or something like that?
I actually think the scene was the negotiator, but I actually think you play different androids. I want to say in the actual full game, it's not just the negotiator. I think when I read more about it.
Oh, what about that one? It's open world. Looks like it's post-apocalyptic with the machines. You have to collect the power core in the demo trailer thing that they gave.
Oh, Recore?
Yeah.
I just traded that in. It was all right. It's nothing special.
The one with the giant dinosaur thing?
Oh
no, you mean Horizon
know
something?
I know what you're
Horizon
talking-
something?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. I don't know when that
Horizon
comes out,
Zero
but
Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn.
That's
something.
it. I really want that one. That one looks beautiful. I don't even know what the story is, but that trailer just made me go, I want it. I don't need
All right.
it.
I know, sorry guys, that was a video game tangent, but I was kind of just vamping there while you guys are back. That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, we're back now.
Okay.
I assume you guys are going down in your ship, right?
Well, wait, so we arrived at Utapau, is that what it's called?
Utapau, yeah.
Well, the Utapau
Utapau.
system. Is that also the name of the planet?
It's it's also the name of the planet.
Utapau Prime.
Well, what have we found? Did the general, or is there people we can talk to in the command about missions down there? Like, what do we know information wise?
All you know is that you're being dropped off here. You, Wedge, and a couple other people are being dropped off here, and there's also people coming up to join the ship. It's basically like a what am I thinking of? Personnel just change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll go down.
All right. You gonna go down on the shuttle or on your ship?
Our ship.
Good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you might want to take your ship.
Oh yeah, otherwise they're going to jump at the light speed with it.
Exactly. Then you'll have to borrow rebellion ships.
Hey,
until you
wait,
get it back.
is it down here? He said we could maybe look at other ships to take.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have pictures of those, so don't worry about it.
Nice.
Yeah. I spent like I woke up like 3 hours before game time because I thought we were doing it an hour before we actually started. So I was being worried about getting everything ready, and I actually probably am really over prepared right now, image wise.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
So I guess better to be over prepared than under. But yeah, so you guys land in this area, sort of. It looks roughly like this, but there's no X-wings or snow speeders. There's actually 6 X-wings there. Room enough for the Millennium Falcon, and that's pretty much it. You see,
Wait, so there's just X-wings. There's no snow speeders or A-wings.
No.
Okay.
Yes, like if I could, I'd color these out, but
Yeah, that's fine. I got it.
yeah. Then over here, even though it's grayed out, this is it's got it's a above ground sort of landing platform, bigger
yeah.
landing.
Do they actually have the carriers on them?
Yeah, there's one on there.
Okay.
It's just a transport. And then there's a couple other looks like small freighter-ish ships, not unlike the Millennium Falcon in capabilities. But you park in this area here on this side.
Out by the X-wings. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the underground one.
So in the chat, Dreamy Dark told us something that Tom, you actually informed us about a month or two ago, I think. Just stumbled across an announcement that Timothy Zahn is working on a new book set for spring 2017 about Thrawn. Yes, he is.
Yep.
Nice.
It actually alludes to a lot of what happened. It basically he's redoing Thrawn because Rebels came out and stupid canon decisions, and we don't want to go into that with me because
Yeah, I know. No, I'm gonna get all going too. But I'm very excited that that Zahn is doing some more books about Thrawn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's the guy who created him, so Disney's picking him to redo the books is amazing.
Right. Like, who knows Thrawn better than the man who brought him into being, at least in the Star Wars universe.
Right. Ironically, side note, this picture is actually pretty good for Utapau because Utapau actually is a bunch of red rock.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Yeah. I don't think it was actually made for Utapau, though. Oh, well.
It's good enough.
There. You don't get too big of a welcoming party. Just some rebellion soldier dude, only armed with a pistol, kind of just meet you at the bottom of the ramp. He goes, "Hey, General Tandor said you wanted to get in touch with the high command about jobs."
Sure do.
Follow me.
All right.
He heads back down this nice little hallway right here. Actually,
All right, so as we're walking, I'll be like, "Hey, R6, how was last night?"
It's unbelievable. I've created.
Oh God, you didn't create
Again.
another. You didn't create another
Again.
new artificial intelligence, did you?
I'm not certain if it's sentient progeny, but we can only hope.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Maybe I can't. Maybe I shouldn't let you go off on your own so much anymore.
He keeps running around spawning new creatures.
But anyway, she's gonna have a big smile on her face. Well, I had a really great night too, so good for both of us.
Did you create life as well?
I sure hope that didn't happen.
Let's roll a percentage die.
Stop. So I didn't do that, but
I rolled anyway.
we created some fireworks. Let me say that.
Those are
No, all
explosive.
right. I'm going to say right now, no. You definitely made sure there was protection used. She would not have taken the risk of getting pregnant.
Space AIDS.
Still got to run that percentage roll, man.
No. I'll use a destiny thing if I have to die. Point.
Don't worry, Jeff. I'll let you know.
Yeah, but no, because I was clear about it beforehand.
I got you.
By the way, R6 has Scopes tag along, trying to take in as much data as possible.
Okay, well, the minute you step off of the ramp, Scopes, being really unintelligent in the whole social queue thing, runs directly over to the X-Wing and starts jumping up and down, speaking binary about how he wants to rip it apart and put it back together.
I can have a remote connection to him, correct?
You can have basically a basic comm system where you chat back and forth on an almost instantaneous level. Yes.
Okay. I'll advise him against doing what he is currently because it's rather dangerous and that he should board the ship again. And he has access to all of my quote-unquote equipment, or mainly just the stuff in the cargo bay.
He stops jumping up and down. He turns to you and goes, and he bolts back inside.
R6 tells the ship to close its what is it? The ramp. There we go.
Yeah. The ship obliges. The ship has not gone around enough to actually have acquired its own sentience, so it does what you tell it.
Good.
The orderly takes you guys off to the side, this middle ramp area right here. I wish I could draw, but apparently because I'm zoomed in, it won't let me draw.
We
So-
can see the arrow. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, then he takes you to the left. There's a nice little room here. Makes a right. And I'm going to call it a command center, but it looks like it might be more of like a medic area.
I was going to say, those look like Bacta tanks over in the back.
Yeah. I mean, out of all the rest, it looks like that's the best sort of command area.
Yeah, essentially.
So, yeah. We'll say it's more of a command area, and it's also part hospital.
Yeah, and those large, circular devices could be, giant hologram stations to show
Essentially.
whatever. Yeah.
I don't want the... Why is it not showing anymore?
And there was a power outage in the whole base.
Oh, Skype
R6, what did you do?
I swear, it wasn't me this time.
Then Scopes pops on every communicator ever.
The droids will rule.
Team Fluffy Kittens!
And suddenly a fifth fighter enters the ring. Droids.
Oh boy.
So yeah, you enter. It's actually much more looking like a skeleton crew than anything else. There's only a couple people at like the workstations punching buttons every now and again. It's not really a whole lot to do. Orderly takes you over to the biggest hologram screen thing, the one in the middle. Pushes a few buttons. He goes, "Here you go. I put you through. It's just a matter of them actually picking up." So yeah, good luck. Gives you a nod and heads back out.
Mission complete, Alani.
One
Great.
mission.
What mission is that? Joining the rebellion?
If R6 could shrug, he would.
R6, you're a weird guy.
Aren't we
I
all?
still love you.
Beep boop, son. Beep boop.
All right. So there's a couple seconds, but after the orderly guy leaves, the hologram picture thing comes up, and you see a Bothan.
Mm.
And he's not dead?
Good.
No, he's not dead. In fact, not only is he not dead, but he seems to have the same rank as the general did.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, okay.
A couple of seconds more, a female human pops up on the left, and then on the right,
Mon Mothma?
Mon Calamari.
Oh, shit! Sorry, keep going. I'm getting excited. But go on.
I'm not telling you names, gosh damn it.
No, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know yet.
No.
Let's see.
After they're all there, Bothan kind of looks to the side and he goes, well, I want to thank you personally for helping General Tantor and Wedge Antilles with their mission. I don't suppose there's anything you need to know?
Well, first off, who the heck are you guys?
For the life of me, I forgot the Bothan guy's name.
Was there an actual Bothan general in the original trilogy?
Not in the original trilogy. There was later on with Thrawn.
Oh.
He actually became Chancellor at one point, too.
Oh, the
Life-
Republic?
Yeah. Oh, no, of the Galactic Republic. Galactic Alliance.
Yeah.
Much
Yeah.
later.
Like the New Republic, more or less, basically, right?
Yeah. And for the life of me, I can't
All right,
remember.
well, if anybody in the chat knows. Or you can do a quick, you want to look it up real quick?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and try that.
So, Bothan general. Is he a general?
He was an admiral.
Oh. We can make up a name for him.
Yeah,
Gosh dang it.
fluffy.
All right, so because he's Bothan, he won't actually tell you his name until I find it.
Wait, okay, I just got it, I think, maybe. Borsk Fela? Is that who you're thinking of?
That's it. That's
Oh,
it.
Fela, yeah. Oh, he actually was a real dick, wasn't he? In that movie?
Oh, he pretty much was.
Yeah.
He comes and goes with dick moves. But,
yeah, I remember
yeah.
Fela. Yeah, okay.
So he nods, he goes, that's fair. I'm Borsk Fela, one of the head admirals of the rebellion. This lovely lady to my left or right is Mon Mothma, creator of the rebellion, and this wonderful person to the left of me.
This
is-
calamari.
It's not calamari. He doesn't even get to finish because he's having some trouble here. The fish guy gurgles out, Admiral Guile Akbar at your service.
Is his first name? His first name's Guile.
Gial. Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep. I have more lore for that too.
Yeah. Okay, we've never heard it. We've never heard of these guys before, right? Our characters.
A lot of you might have, with Mon Mothma and Akbar especially, being also relatively well-known terrorist heads.
Okay, so those two I probably have heard of, but not Fela so much.
Yeah, Fela seems to be a relative newcomer
All
to
right.
you.
Okay, so she'll say,
Yeah, that's
Oh,
just someone
shit.
you didn't know.
she'll be like, holy shit, wow, you guys really brought the big guns out to meet us.
Mon Mothma smiles and she goes, "Well, we don't have too much time, so We do have a rebellion to continue to try to run.
Yes, well, and you guys are doing a fine job of it. Is there anything, else we might be able to help you with?
She,
We have a particular set of skills.
Mon Mothma, she shakes her head. She goes, I don't need anything at this point in time, though I will keep you in mind just in case. Thank you for your help, and good day to you, good sirs. I am really busy.
Good sirs, does she not know I'm a woman?
No. She was saying that to the other two on the holopad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, in the chat, I was waiting for this. Dreamy Dark says, it's a trap.
Suddenly, Akbar looks to the side and he goes, I said it once. God damn it. Just once.
Imagine actually like everybody, all the rebels behind his back now, they just say that all the time to each other.
Might be a headcanon, who knows? I mean, to be honest, it was a legit actual say. It was because we're not Star Wars, so that's why we have so much fun with it.
All right, so she leaves.
Yeah, Mon Mothma basically says, I got nothing. Good luck. I'll keep you in touch. I'll keep you in mind. I gotta go. And she signs off really fast.
Farewell.
She's the diplomacy expert, so it kind of makes sense.
What? We're not diplomatic.
Based on your particular set of skills that have been shown, no. The other two look at each other. The Bothan shrugs. He goes, all of my things are too secret at this point in time. Admiral, how about you? Mon Calamari, he's looking at you guys out of one of his eyes because he has to turn his head to the side to see you, even though his eyes are on eye stalks. He goes, yes, I could use one or two people. How do you feel about making a quick supply run?
What are the supplies and where are we going?
Basic foodstuffs and some guns, or more likely reloads for an undercover cell in the core worlds.
Oh. R6 beeps in. Are the core worlds still under primarily Empire control?
Entirely under Empire control, sadly. We've been spending these last few years trying to consolidate power after the Death Star blew.
Wait, sorry.
The Empire hasn't been faring much better.
I was looking at the chat. Did you say it is still mostly Empire or no?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. By the way, so Victor Snyder just joined us in the chat. I think he's seen our D&D show before. And he says, yes, I'm low on supplies. He'll take some. So he wants some supplies.
Only supplies I got, bro, is some vanilla Oreos. I'm sorry, but those are mine.
Oh, do it. I would take those.
Yeah, hell yeah. Who wouldn't?
They're mine. Mine.
Send those over right away.
It costs more to ship them to you than it does for me to buy them.
All right, so that's true. Akbar will, but they're special Korean packaging. All right.
Oh, if you were in Korea, it would cost me nothing. But overseas,
all right. So she'll ask Akbar. Okay, so how dangerous would you say this mission is?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say maybe a 9. You are going to for
Jesus. If she had a drink, she would have just spit it out. 9. Wow. What a great welcome to the rebellion.
He goes, Akbar, you're being really over dramatic. Just stop.
Who, Fela said that?
Yeah. Akbar chuckles. He goes, you have a point. No, in all seriousness, it is probably closer to a 6.
Oh, well, all right. Well, maybe that might be doable.
Coming from the Outer Rim to a core world system. So it's going to be a lot more dangerous than if you just went to another Outer Rim world. especially with all the infighting that is going on. You might get clearance one day, and then the next day you shouldn't be there.
All right. Well, and what is so? If we do this, is there anything we get?
Well, I believe General Tandor did say that you had choice of our our ships over there at the other dock. So if you'd like one of those, by all means, you can move your things. I'll even send a recruitment request to have 1 or 2 people help you move.
Yeah, all right. But he already gave us that.
That's true.
Just for our other help. And this sounds way more dangerous.
That is also true. But think of all the lives you'd be helping to save. Wouldn't that be reward enough?
Well, I mean, we actually have been saving some lives.
Yes, this is nothing new to our mission parameters.
Does feel pretty good. Well, but we also need to make a living. So if we
halfway through you speaking, Borscht Fela kind of like perks up and he looks to something off screen. A human kind of bumps in with his back to you guys, and kind of whispers something to his ear, and then disappears again. Borscht looks back at you and he goes, "It appears that you have gifted us something without actually intending to."
Oh, great. What was that?
I don't suppose you guys helped free a little girl at one point?
Oh, God.
So, actually, all of this information starts to, click together within R6's head, and he asks whether or not a certain Bothan might be in charge of a private investigation agency.
He has Borscht that?
Yes.
Borscht looks at you and goes, "I got no clue what you're talking about."
Oh, damn.
Well, is this girl named Alyssa?
Yes.
Yes, we know Alyssa very well. We basically rescued her.
She's helping.
She hasn't told us anything besides being rescued by, or set free, apparently, by you. So you have our thanks for that as well. She's currently working with us on secret projects.
Cool. So she hasn't killed anybody, right?
Nope.
Good.
As far as we know.
Glad to hear she was keeping her word.
She certainly has the aptitude to do great things.
But see, look, this is what I'm talking about. We're very good at what we've done. We've already helped you out, guys, a lot. So we're happy to keep helping. But so if we do this, is there a way we become maybe more officially part of you guys? We got to make sure we can survive and make a living too.
Akbar breaks in. He goes, "Most assuredly. If you do this, I can guarantee you that more jobs will pop up in the future. It's only going to get worse from what I'm hearing. Isn't that right, Admiral?" Borscht nods. He goes, "Yes, there's been many disturbing rumors on the Outer Rim. The sooner we investigate those, the better."
Well, now I'm curious as to how disturbing.
How disturbing? Well, I don't suppose, I assume, probably rightly, that you guys have interacted with a man named Mord.
Indeed.
Yes, I figured as much since you have 2 Mandalorians on your ship.
I was wondering when they would get to that.
Oh yeah, are those guys still there? Jeez, I keep forgetting about them.
They're being entertained by scopes.
Pretty much. They're just loafing around. They're not really doing much of anything. They don't have a ship to go back home to meet up with yet.
Actually,
so
you guys help them get out of here, get home. I mean, they're kind of just they kind of smell, and they're taking up space on our ship.
They went through a garbage chute. Literally.
I'll send a requisition request to the commander on site. They should have a shuttle within the hour or two. Then they'll be free to go.
Perfect.
But
All right.
we've had working relationships with Mord in the past. This much I do know. And if, perchance, you do complete this task relatively easily, then I may have something for you when you get back. Multiple something.
Perfect.
All right. All right, but seriously, when can I meet some Luke Skywalker?
Ever persistent.
Do you say that?
Yeah, she actually says that. Kind of half jokingly, you know, but
Right. Borscht looks at Akbar. Akbar looks at Borscht. They both look at you and go, well, one of them goes, sorry, we're not at liberty to tell you that.
all right. You know, one thing you rebels could do is work on your sense of humor a little bit.
Akbar, sorry, miss, but when you're the leader of a rebellion, you lose your sense of humor fairly quickly. Too many
I guess
lives
it-
depend on your calm and decision-making skills. Takes all the fun out of everything.
Unless you're a droid.
Well, at least you got more personality than General Tartar Sauce.
And at that, Borscht actually chuckles. Akbar cracks the equivalent of a Mon Calamari grin.
Which I would actually love to see that, guys. I have no idea how he would do that, but that's great.
I know that there's like, depending on how their head is shaped, is like a nod or like suspicion versus a friendly demeanor. They're weird.
By the way, in the chat, Victor Snyder said, Luke is standing right behind you. That would have been amazing, actually, if he
Oh,
was. It's like, well, look behind you. Oh, my God.
Tempting, but no. I mean, I'm trying to stay away from all the canon characters at the moment. At least
But at some point, maybe we
primarily
can get some more-
interactable.
Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, this right here, this is an oddity. You're not going to get this all the time.
I know. We can dream.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm trying to unsurreptitiously say, if you want to ask for something, this is the time to do it. Something that only really a head honcho could get more or less.
Oh, are you indicating there's something obvious we should be asking for?
I don't
Or
think
just
so.
more... What?
It's just an option. Like if you guys were like, I had this gun that I was imagining for the future, or like,
well,
armor,
shit. I would need to do... Can we do a little research out of Gabe and then get back to you on that?
Well, I know what R6 wants.
Because I would have to look through the book again.
I mean, yeah, I guess that works because right now, your reward right now is a ship upgrade essentially.
Yeah, that's cool.
If
We'll
you
take
so
that for
choose,
now. We'll take that for now.
because the Millennium Falcon is great and has a bunch of modification options, but there's some that I feel would probably fit.
All right,
you
well,
guys
wait,
better.
I'll ask for this. So, besides for like, a ship upgrade, like in a decent sized ship, can we also get an X-wing?
Borscht fingers his little goatee thing that Bothels tend to have, because they don't really have beards because they're covered in fur anyway. But he's got this little like tuft of hair on his chin. So he fingers it a bit and he goes, "I think we can spare one, maybe two. I don't know why you'd need two, but we can spare one." Akbar nods emphatically. Yes, that's more than enough.
Excellent. All right, R6, boy, I have a spot for you in that thing.
Now you just need another pilot for the other ship. Though I guess
Well, we have
our-
scopes.
Ideally, maybe we can get a ship big enough to store the X-wing. Hopefully, that's what I'm going for.
Oh, like a freighter?
Well, we'll have to say. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just
what I'm
pulling on my
thinking
ass
is
right now.
because R6 could fly the X-wing and then you could fly the freighter.
That's true.
I could have scopes help me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Scopes will be in the cockpit.
I want to fly. I want to fly an X-wing at some point, though, man.
I'll correct.
And X-wings have like light hyperdrive, so you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Short range hyperdrive though.
In the chat, by the way, Dreamy Dark says you will meet the famous bad guys more often in your line of work. That's probably true.
Yeah. Yeah. The higher up in any command structure you go, the more likely you are to meet the famous bad guys.
And Victor Snyder is saying a bull freighter. What is that? Is that like just a certain type of freighter?
A bulk freighter. Yeah, it's basically a.
Well, he said bulk, but he meant bulk.
Kind of shit.
Yeah.
I have a picture for that. It can fit, I believe, 2 X-wings with a ton of room to spare.
Ooh.
All right, we'll have to consider the different ships options here. Well, I guess you're gonna at some point give us the options are right.
Oh yeah. I got pictures for you.
Yes, we'll have to consult afterwards.
I will use the Force.
All right, so we'll tell Fela and Akbar. Well, so R6. I guess I'll just ask you real quick. Are you cool with doing this mission?
Well, all of his self-preservation protocols are telling him no, but he's gained sentience. What does he care?
Yeah. Hey, that never stopped you before, R6, and all these other missions we did.
R6, all right, you ready to go? Oh, really? Shut up. You're going.
All right, we're in. But hey, actually, is there anybody else in the rebellion who will be able to help us on this mission? Like, either go with us or on the ground? Do you have any, like, a spy network there or anything?
Borsch looks at Akbar and goes, "Oh, this is officially out of my line of work, and I have duties. I will be signing off then. Until later." And he signs off. Akbar,
watch out for traps.
That side look again. He goes, "No one I think that would be entirely known to you or the galaxy at large. Like I said, you will be meeting up with a cell, and you will be handing off the supplies to them."
Well, like, if everything goes to shit, is there somebody we can call on, to help bail us out?
Not really.
Great.
Wonderful.
You really make this sound enticing. I can't understand why everyone isn't joining the rebellion.
Right? It's so glamorous.
No one ever said we lived well.
Well, you don't look so bad off.
That's true. But then again, I do have a knack for this sort of thing. Yeah.
Sorry. Couldn't resist.
Fishy chuckle. And I'll send you more details within the hour.
Ah, excellent.
All right, sounds good.
If you'll excuse me. And he gives you like a slight nod sort of thing. And then he signs off.
Hey, R6, man, those guys were the real deal. They're the big shots of the rebellion.
Well,
what's better than that other guy?
Yes, much better.
Captain Tauntaun.
That's a good one too.
That's a good one. Shortly after the call ends, the orderly dude comes back. He goes, "All right, so you guys ready to look at them ships?"
Sure.
All right, follow me. And he takes you back out, goes up a level or 3.
In the chat, Victor says it's better to live on the edge and live for a long time. Well, I guess that's what's called Edge of the Empire.
Right? Well, then there's that other saying where it's like either you live long enough to be, or you live to be a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
I'm also a big fan of the candle that burns twice as bright lasts half as long.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That is a good one. That's an interesting. All right, so yeah, he takes you up a level. This lovely, lovely area right here. There's this transport right here is there, basically being refueled and reloaded and stuff. He takes you up to the first ship, which looks a lot like a turtle.
Really?
Well, No, sorry. Okay, yeah, this one's the picture. Like, so I'm looking to see which one's closer.
I'm turning to my starship part of the book.
Okay, I'm not sure if these are going to be in that book.
Space, the final frontier.
There we go. Oh wait, no, that one isn't it. There it is. All right, so this one, words are kind of blurry because the picture isn't that large to begin with. It's a Kuat Systems Engineering Wayfarer class medium transport. I'm not sure.
Wayfarer class medium freighter.
Yeah.
I have that.
Okay. It's got a huge cargo bay, as you can see. More than enough room for supplies, speeder bikes, at least an X-wing.
Yeah, definitely enough room for crew too.
Yeah, it has room for 5 crew plus a captain's cabin.
Is that why the bed is so big?
Yeah, of course. Captain needs a double bed,
Hey, that'll be easier for me and Wedge to get it on.
right? We got a conference table down here in the lounge area. I believe this is your engine room right here, number 16. And then I think that's either an observation port or a whatchamacallit?
What part?
Escape pod.
Yeah.
Here's the ramp off to the side, your bridge, loading bay area, the hangar part where the ship goes out.
Where's the cockpit?
Right here, number 6. I think that's 6.
I see it.
Yeah. If I zoom in any further, it'll get really blurry.
So yeah, according to the book, compared to the YT 1300, which we have, this ship, same speed, but it doesn't handle quite as well. But it has much better shielding and it has more firepower.
Yeah. So it's more of a tank sort of thing. Plus, it holds a crap ton more.
Yeah, it has a lot more cargo room.
Well, it can hold a couple X-wings in it, apparently.
Those are actually Z-95 Headhunter fighters.
Oh, okay.
Picture. They're the precursor to the X-wing.
Well, they're about the same size, right?
They're slightly smaller, actually.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we can easily fit our one X-wing in there, though.
Oh,
Right.
easily.
And have plenty of space left.
Yep.
Yeah.
More than
That'd be
enough.
great.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the first one. I assume he'll take you in, like show you everything, and how it's got like 80 bedrooms, one with a double bed.
Victor, the chat
Next
says, "Who's the
one.
captain of this vessel?" Well, Victor, that would be my character, Elani, because it's basically just Elani and R6. So there's like 2 people.
Yeah.
He's navigator, co-pilot, I guess. Wait.
There.
Oh, ooh! Look at this fancy thing.
Hot
Downside,
dog.
the cargo space is really small. I don't know if the book has it either.
Probably not.
Class executive transport. I'm thinking probably not.
Yeah, probably not. I'm not finding it so far, anyway.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, well, yeah, there is that. The orderly gives his opinion about not taking that at all, even though it is probably going to be faster. Like, I'll if it's not in my program, I'll write up stats for it. He basically said it's probably going to be faster than the ship you have, but it's going to be less armored and everything.
And is it less cargo than our Falcon ship?
Yeah. Significantly less, like about half.
Yeah, it looks like this thing was mainly built for speed.
Yeah, it's built for speed and sneak.
And sneak?
Well, sneaky.
Sneaky, yeah.
Yeah, it's the one you take if you want to go in and out really fast. Let me think. That is not it. So that's a fighter. That's a fighter. Where's the other one I had? Nope. Oh wait, there it is. So the Gottschalk Industries class. This is the turtle-looking one.
What the fuck is this? Who designed this ugly thing?
I don't know, but it's pretty. It's. He passed the side. He goes, "This thing's sturdy. May not have the best armament. I think I didn't actually look at the stats for it because I know it's in there actually. But as odd as it looks, it has a really good amount of storage space and a lot of crew. There you go.
Wait, with the you said it has a lot of crew?
There's 4 rooms. Oh wait, no, there's 3 rooms and each one has 5 beds. So yeah.
Good lord.
Compared to the YT 1300, it's
Compared to
what?
the
Not as
YT,
fast, probably, right?
You have almost double the cargo space.
But not as fast
Nowhere near as fast.
or maneuverable.
I'm probably gonna. It's because this thing's tanky as heck.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be slower. I'm pretty sure it's 1 or 2 points slower. But its soak is higher, and I believe its shields are higher.
Okay.
And
Well, in the
I
chat,
don't think
Victor
much.
says no one would look twice at this ship. And Dreamy Dark says blending in is a good thing.
It's true. I mean, with this, you pretty much scream traitor. Traitor, as in someone who's
Traitor!
DER, not TRAITOR. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want to do. We just want to pick. We're traitors.
Yeah. So you got a choice between basically an essential upgrade to what you currently have, a really tanky, huge cargo-oriented upgrade, or a sneaky stealth semi-upgrade.
All right, so these are our 3 options.
Yeah.
So, I mean, personally, I'm thinking the first one.
I was going to say, because until we actually get a rather large crew that wants to go to the ends of the galaxy and back with us, it would probably be best to maintain a ship that we would need for general purposes. All the kind of crap we do.
So, are you thinking this one too? The one he put
Yeah.
back up on? Yeah. I mean, because that's, again, it's still, it got better shielding. It's still pretty good speed wise, and we can carry a good amount of stuff in it.
Oh yeah. Like not
We can
only
bring
that.
our X-wing along.
Yeah. If we have an X-wing on top of all that, stuffed inside, we could make a stop at a land point, send the X-wing out as long as the Imperials don't see it.
All right. So right here, where the red line is, that is going to be where that much up is detachable cargo area.
Detachable?
Yeah.
What do you mean detachable?
Because in the actual picture of like the outside of the ship that I found a while ago, that part right there is actually like a giant attached cargo space. So you can actually detach it, and then it's basically a giant cargo clasp thing. I'm trying to think how to explain it.
So it's kind of like separating the saucer section of the Enterprise and Next Generation?
Yeah, but then you can reattach it to something else.
I was something that would be really cool. Say if in a very dire situation we needed to get out fast, we could hop inside the cargo hold, have it set on autopilot at a super fast speed, and then detach it so that way it looks like we're just dropping all this extra weight to go faster. But
then they could chase the ship, but we're actually in the cargo hold and we fly away in our X-wing.
The cargo hold did not have anything more than simplified rockets to land with. So
we say we would just take off in our X-wing for that point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a pretty good escape plan if we ever had an emergency, to be honest with you, yeah.
It's better than Han Solo's dump the cargo and run.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we're going to take this ship. You cool with that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, we're taking this one.
All right. Well, Orderly nods. He goes, that's a pretty good choice. It'd be my choice as well. Need any help moving your stuff from the old one?
Nope, I have scopes.
Wait, oh, really? Well, I guess we don't have much stuff in there, right?
Not really, no.
No, you
All right,
do
but-
have the Imperial armor, the prism jumpsuit.
Okay, actually, ask him. Is there? Well, I'm trying to think. Is there any reason we should keep that? I guess if we ever have to pretend we're in a prison, I guess, right?
Well, if you go to another prison, they just give you a new jumpsuit. So
No, but if I wanted, if ever we have to like infiltrate a prison,
And pretend we were already there.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep it just in case.
okay.
Yeah, but obviously tell them, you know, we need them to. I'm assuming they're going to load any of the supplies we're taking for the rebels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Ask them to load. They can load the X-wing into the ship
Yep.
too.
They get on that like 4 or 5 people. Start loading stuff up. Within an hour or so, you're ready to go. You got backup fuel for the X-wing, awesome power cells. You're basically given the really thick manual in brief format on how to work the ship and everything. But the rest is all you. They basically give you the keys, give you the what's for and how to turn it on and work it, and give you a salute.
Huh.
Thanks.
Much appreciated.
In the chat, Dreamy Dark says getting into a prison is never a problem. The trouble comes when you want to get out.
Correct.
It's true. It's true.
Oh wait, so we still own the YT 1300, right?
Legally, you never really owned it to begin
Well, whatever. It's still ours though,
Yeah.
right?
with. Yeah, it's still technically yours. Unless you want to donate it to them, and then they can run Millennium Falcon decoy.
Would that be useful to them?
Any sort of donation is useful to them. They find a way or make it.
How much? I'm wondering if we ever. I don't know if we're ever going to want to need to use it again though ourselves.
From what you can tell, this outpost is understaffed, slightly understaffed, and they honestly could probably use an unidentified transport to get more personnel and or supplies faster. It's going to be a lot faster than that one that's currently docked. I'll say that much.
All right. Well, then maybe this is something we had to say. We tried to talk to Fela or Akbar when we were talking to them, or maybe we just relay this somehow to them. So they could totally use. Let's say they can use our ship, the YT 1300, but
Right.
that if we do that, we want to in the future be able to use other ships if the need arises that we need another ship for something. You know,
So it's on loan, essentially.
It's what?
It's on loan.
Well, no, we want we want access to be able to use one of their ships for something if we need it on a short-term basis, you know?
Right.
Particularly if we're helping them, obviously.
The orderly thinks, he goes, come on back here. I mean, if you let us use it, if we got a ship left over that you can use, I don't see why we can't do that for a small amount of time.
Yes. I will go ahead and see as how we are donating the ship. We're also going to temporarily allow Scopes, who knows the ship better than anyone on this rock, to assist them in whatever so they desire.
That's cool.
You're leaving Scopes behind?
For now.
He'll be helping.
Yes. All droids everywhere will soon be helping.
You just ruined his great plan to have Scopes take over the world.
Well, darn.
So whether or not it's a hindrance or a progression, yes, Scopes will indeed lend a hand. Or would it be gripper? Claw?
I don't know, something.
Mechanical appendage. All right, so
So I guess we're probably getting to the time to wrap up, right?
Yeah, probably.
About then, yeah.
Now, do you want to though? Before we do, I don't know. Do you want to have us tell more about the mission, or no, or what? Or
Oh yeah, that's a good idea because I did
Just
say
leave them
You said he would
titillating.
send us more details, right?
Yeah. So shortly after Orly waves you off and the ramp goes down, you get a ping from the command console, or you hear a ping from the command console. You go over, and it basically has essentially is a folder of the mission briefing. You're tasked with delivering the foodstuffs, medical supplies, blah 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 blah, to this cell hidden on. Where did that picture go? Damn it! I deleted that picture. I didn't want to delete that picture.
Endor,
Endor. No,
which is not a core world.
No, it's
Dagobah,
there you
Yeah,
go. Oh, that's
why
a
not?
good idea.
Naboo.
That's actually a really good one, though. But no, it's
Is
going to
Naboo
be
a core world? That might be right.
Naboo should be.
Should be a core world, I think.
I want to say it's a core world, yeah.
Oh wow, Mandalore is across the entire way from where you guys are.
Oops.
Is Mandalore
Oh,
a
wait.
planet?
Nope, I'm good. I mean, yeah, it's across the galaxy now. I did my galaxy wrong.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
I thought
I got my shorts twisted.
system. They're not. They're different systems.
So,
And
are we
what's
not
worse
going
is the-
where you thought we were going?
Okay. No. Dantooine is across the other side of the galaxy from Tatooine.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
based on this picture, yes.
I thought they were actually. I guess I always assumed they were close. I thought they were
I thought
sister
they were close
planets.
because their names were so similar. That's why.
All right. Well, we weren't going to any of those places anyway, though, right? Next, so. All
No, not anymore.
right. So whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. Utapau and Tatooine are pretty close, but Utapau to
No, wait. This map. Can you share it?
yes, actually I can. Give me a second.
I've actually never seen a map of the Star Wars galaxy. Dreaming dark in the chest as the galaxy has gone astray.
Not the one I would like, to be honest.
I sense a disturbance in the
We finally
force.
see our GM. Here he is. No, we saw him.
Hey! Da-da-da, it's Tom!
All right, do you see it?
Oh yes, but can you zoom in a little bit or no? Or can't you do that on this? No, I guess not really. Oh, there you go.
All right. So here you guys are.
Where are we? Oh,
Uh,
with an Utapau.
Yeah. Right next to
Oh, so
Dagobah.
that Naboo is actually in the system too. So Naboo is not core.
No.
Wait, this
No,
is
core
considered a
is-
mid-rim then?
Is I think these three right here as the core.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's Mandalore. There's Tatooine.
Fuck is it doing way over there?
Yeah. And then over here is Tatooine.
I swear, just the other day, it was right by Tatooine.
Right?
Oh no, so we are in Outer Rim too, right where we are.
Yeah. You're right here on the outer rim.
Oh wow. So Naboo's mid-rim.
Pretty much.
Okay, so anyway,
Yeah.
where's this mission sending us?
All right. Mission is sending you right here, Corellia.
Corellia, I knew it.
Well, it's either that or the Kuat drive yards. I mean, that's always a good idea. Or I could always send you guys to Rakata Prime, which is completely unknown at this point.
Oh,
Corellia's cool.
Or Jakku, because Jakku's fun. Wink, wink.
I actually don't remember much about Jakku.
Wait, well,
that was
that's the episode
episode
7
7.
planet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't need to go there.
Oh, that's why I don't remember. Yeah.
yeah.
We're gonna meet Baby Ray.
No, I'd rather wait to see what episode 8 has in store. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, supposedly they're going to be sharing more info on the parents then. But
All right, so wait, what else? The mission? We're going to Corellia, and we're bringing
Yeah.
food and
food,
Other
food
stuff.
medical supplies, guns, all that funness to the cell there, whose main job is information gathering and small destabilization of Imperial regime there. Nothing big because they don't want to draw attention to it. And somehow unify the Empire again.
So what's our actual what's our cover story in terms of with going to the Corellian authorities with land and all that stuff?
Your cover story is actually pretty simple. It's just you're delivering some supplies to a company that works at resettling people.
Okay, is this company actually a front of the rebellions, or?
Yes.
In Corellia right now, is it under more Imperial rule or no?
Oh yes, because that's Core World. House going to jump away from Coruscant. It's not as tight as Coruscant, but it's going to be a lot tighter than you're used to.
All right, that'll be fun.
Lovely. Absolutely. Maybe meet some good old droids along the way.
And it's something at the port catch your eye, and you see a shuttle carrying the 2 Mandalorians that heads off.
Oh, okay, good. They got away. Okay, fine.
Yeah, they're out.
Excellent. Like I said, mission accomplished.
I didn't have you guys roll for anything, though. I'm kind of disappointed at myself.
We did I did a charm, and I don't know. You do anything?
That was it. There was
I got
that
3 triumphs.
Mechanics. You
I got 3
triumphs, yeah.
That just solidified all the rest of the rolls for the entire encounter.
That covered the rest of the session's rolls. No one needs to roll anything else. They got 3 triumphs. We're done.
Yeah, so folks, this happens. This was very heavy on the role playing, which I actually enjoy. But there are plenty of opportunities, folks. We do get into those fights, of course, and we have battles, and we're rolling stuff for that and other checks as well.
Jeez, what was it? There was that one time we were in that hovel, and we had to fight, I believe, 3 battle droids with also 3 of our own.
Well, there was actually 6, I think. What are they called? The different models? There was 2 different models. Who are the Roger models?
Oh, that was the B1 battle.
There was
droid.
B2s, but then our 6 have to be 2s to help us out.
Yeah,
Yes.
the beefier ones, the souped up ones,
Yeah.
That was fun. And then of course there was the mind controlled housewife who was ex-commando wrestling with Alani while R6 was trying to talk a small bat child down from trying to kill him and many other people.
Yeah, that's the child she referenced today. She's a brilliant, but she's also nuts.
Yes.
That fight was ridiculous, though. We were doing a hand-to-hand fight, and we were both just failing miserably.
It was great.
Well, okay, but in Sif's defense, she totally wasn't built for it.
Yeah. That's why it was good that I was doing hand-to-hand with her.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I guess that'll wrap us up.
up.
Yeah, that's a good spot to end, right?
No.
I think so. You
All right,
got
so
your
your
order, or quote unquote job, not orders.
So next time, folks, you can see us. We'll be off on that mission there for the rebellion. This is our first official mission for the rebellion, isn't it? Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
You are unofficially flying under rebellion colors.
Well on my way to meeting Luke Skywalker.
And then being disappointed.
And you know, in actuality, the character, not me, but the character really probably doesn't care a whole ton. Half of it, she just wants to give these guys a hard time, being a pain in their being sarcastic, and
Oh, of course. I mean, that's what all rebels do, really, is they give a pain to the guys in charge.
well, because also all these guys in charge aren't very funny, so that's going to make her more making stupid jokes than being sarcastic.
Well, Tandor didn't help being the unceremoniously humor avoid kind of guy.
Well, I know. I mean, that is their character. That's totally appropriate, but that was a good act part.
While Tantor was a actual one of the higher ups, wikis are wonderful because they have next to nothing on actual people that aren't actually important. So while Tantor is one of the higher ups, he has like next to nothing in it on him. So Lord knows if I actually, huh?
In the movies?
No, he was more in the books than anything else.
Okay. By the way, in the chat, Victor Snyder says, "LOL, she sounds like a lovely child."
Hey, she did.
She was
I
not
treated her with
lovely.
such love and care.
Well, R6 actually really did like her a lot, and Alani not so much.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's a kid genius, man. She was curing cancer.
I mean, from a droid's perspective, he saw the potential she had to do the greater good. But, from an actual, I guess, Twi'leks are mammalian, right? Or at least in some way.
What, mammalian?
Humanoid.
Well, we're humanoid for sure.
Yeah, definitely. They have that view of this was some pretty fucked up shit, and she used it against her own parents. Granted, she had valid reasons, but it was still,
Well, but here's the thing. At least she's been now directed towards doing good, I think. So that's nice to see.
Yeah. Well, what did I call him? Big Papa. I think his name was.
Big Papa.
Wait, was Alyssa here at this base we're at, or no?
No. She was wherever Borscht Fela is.
All right. Because if she was, we should at least pop it or something.
No. Big Poppy. That's what it was.
Big Poppy.
I think that's what his name was.
Yep, it was Big Poppy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he said he would put her on the straight and narrow, or at least try to.
And however Wookiees say that.
Pretty much.
How much XP do I get to crabbing sex?
All the.
I mean, come on! Like, I think it should be depending on like the fame of the character. The more you sleep with, the better XP should be.
In that case, we'll go with a solid 15. How's that?
That's actually not bad. First off, I was kind of joking, but
I mean, hey, 15 is 15. I'll take it.
Yeah, 15 for both. For Jeff, 10 because end of episode or end of session, and then 5 for good role playing, and same with R6. So,
beep boop.
Thanks.
I feel like the 3 trans deserve something more than that, though.
And what we do, folks, is I still got all this unused XP I got to use, but folks, what we do is we use it to kind of like, I guess, make our skills better, basically, right? More chances of being successful with different skills like what, mechanics, right? And like charm and there's skills for weapons use, for like ranged weapons, pistols and stuff like that, and piloting, actually, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Then there's also talents, which are essentially the D&D equivalent or the Star Wars equivalent of feats. The weird thing is that as you get them, some of them stack with themselves. They'll have the same name. So, like, for instance, grit. If you get 1 level of grit in your talents, it'll give you, I think it's 1 extra HP.
It was actually grit was for strain. Strain.
Okay. Yeah, and then for each grit you have after that, you get an additional point of strain. So the more of certain things you get, the better those get. So like for gunslingers and stuff, there's a thing I think it's called like lethal blows or something like that, where if you roll a crit, it adds 10 to the what happens with the crit roll. So if Jeff, for instance, rolled 3 advantage on while firing his weapon, that activates his crit. Then I would roll to see what that crit would do. And it's a D100, and there's this actual crit table. What lethal blows does would add 10 to my roll. Obviously, the higher you get, the better the crit is.
Nice.
Yeah.
So in the chat, so Victor said about Alyssa, like the child is her brother named Dexter Morgan. Maybe. And then he also asked what game system we're using, but he saw it in the notes, and then Dreaming Dark also chimed in. Yes, but for folks who may not have saw it at the head, this is called Edge of the Empire.
Yeah.
Which was the first in this system of RPGs that Star Wars did. Not the first Star Wars RPG ever, but
I think the first one was D20 system.
Was it?
I think it was the D20 system was the first
Star Wars. But anyway, this one, I guess, a few years ago they released this, I want to say, right? Not too long ago.
No, I want to say it was like mid-2000s maybe. Because they've had several iterations.
Empire was?
think so. I don't know.
All right, anyway, but then they came out with Age of Rebellion and Force and Destiny after that as well. But they are all kind of working the same system.
Oh wait, no, I have the books. Look at the book. One more.
Wait, Nate, do you have something to add?
Steve says he was going to have all the lethal blows.
Who says
That is
that?
true. He did say he was going to have all the lethal blows, giving him a plus 80 or 90 to his crit roll, aka one shot, one kill, or two.
Dreamy Dark helps us out here. He says D6 system by West End Games was the first Star Wars RPG. Yes, thank you.
Ah, okay. I knew it was some sort of like something. I didn't know if it was D20 or D6.
This is the first Star Wars RPG I played though, and I really dig it a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, I've played another one, but it wasn't, I want to say, a full-blown RPG. There was no real role-playing aspects of it. It was mainly tactical tabletop encounters involving different measurements. Do you remember what it was? I think it was Rebellion or
It's like a
Imperial Assault. I want to say.
Oh, Imperial Assault is a board game out right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. I've never played it, but it looks really cool.
It's fun.
The best thing I can liken it to is like the Warcraft tabletop game, with the figurines and everything.
Yeah. Because you come with your own figures and whatnot. And,
it's a lot like that, but uses like ships, the ships only. That I've seen. There might be like an actual like on the ground sort of thing, but I've only seen the ships.
For Warcraft or Imperial Assault?
Oh no, for Star Wars.
Oh, okay. For Imperial Assault, it comes with a bunch of pre-made characters that have their own starting equipment and stats and whatnot.
Yeah, there's different missions, right?
Yes, there are tons of different missions, and you can actually set up your own campaign with its own divergent storyline. Yeah.
The game's super expensive, but it looks really cool.
Oh yeah, ridiculously expensive.
Like $80-$100 or something.
That sounds legit.
Speaking of expensive, folks, this book actually is, I think it's 60. I want to say. I'll look at the back. I don't know. I mean, like most books like this, is pretty expensive, but it's well worth it if you do want to play this game because it's an awesome book. It's very large, has awesome color, awesome Star Wars illustrations in it.
I got mine from Borders, and at the time it was only like 20 or
Borders. They were still open at the time.
Yeah.
I guess this game has been a while then.
Yeah.
I got mine at Barnes & Noble, but you know what? A lot of these books.
I got mine like 2-3 years ago, so I was still technically in college then.
A lot of these books, I don't know if this one is, but I know the D&D ones and Pathfinder you can get much cheaper on Amazon.
Probably, yeah.
I've actually looked at
what you can. Amazon Prime, you can get free 2-day shipping.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or so I hear.
I love how we're just like pimping out all these different services, and none of them are sponsoring the show at all. But
none at all. Well, except Hulu. Hulu apparently subscribed.
Oh yes, Hulu just followed me on Twitter. I was very excited before we started the show tonight. So I feel like I'm a big deal. We're a big deal now.
Today, the internet. Tomorrow.
And I didn't follow them first. They just followed me.
Boom. That speaks volumes. Speaking of this.
Look for the show on Hulu soon. Dreamy Dark says Imperial Assault is like a Star Wars Hero Quest game.
Yes, it is. Actually, that's a very good comparison. I was a big fan of Hero Quest because it was set in the Warhammer universe. But yeah.
So, folks, if you enjoyed today's show, first of all, thank you to anybody who watched part of this and chatted along or tweeted in. That's awesome. Tell us, what you liked and stuff, and please keep joining us. Hopefully, every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we're going to keep doing this, having fun. And let us know if you also try out the Edge of the Empire system or any other ones. You know what I wish? The one thing I wish, and maybe they do this in the other games, but I wish there were more career choices, or they did expanded, or do they do that like in the Age of Rebellion and stuff?
Hugely expanded.
In what? In Age of Rebellion and Force and Destiny?
No, there's just other Edge of Empire expansion books that I have currently.
Oh, so then there are other careers and stuff.
Yeah, they're more like supplements rather than full-blown expansions, but they do add a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, because I just feel 6 careers is like too few.
Yeah.
I mean, I can send you pictures and stuff of them if you want.
Sure, that'd be cool.
All the PDFs.
All right, but I'm cool with my bounty hunter.
Well, eventually you're going to need to expand because you filled up the entire bounty hunter tree.
Oh, that's true. Nice.
become force-sensitive exile or awakened.
Oh, I know you've hinted at that about. Then I could meet Luke Skywalker. Damn it!
You could.
I
Maybe.
mean, like, I need some training, and
Okay,
I'm not going to turn out like Kylo Ren.
Absolutely not.
And by that I mean I'm not going to be a whiny little bitch.
Plot twist. Only Han Solo and Leia and Kylo only think that he is their kid, but in reality, he's actually Wedge Antilles and Alani's kid.
Ah, get out of here. No, I would quit playing the game if you ever do that. Never play. Can we do a mission where we kill Kylo Ren before he ever comes into existence or something?
No, I'm sorry.
It's called the after morning pill.
That's fine. I actually don't want to see. I don't actually want to see any of those characters from Episode 7, to be honest with you. So,
Nah, you're good. Ray
we're way too far ahead of time.
at all.
Yeah.
Almost guarantee you that.
Like 30 years, right? Before something.
Yeah, she got like another 25 years or so.
Yeah.
So actually, to be honest, she's probably going to be born soonish.
Well, they
So-
probably between 5 and 7 years, maybe they'll be born. I'm assuming they're supposed to be in there. They're supposed to be probably in their early mid-20s.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think it was confirmed Ray was about 25-ish.
All right.
I think Finn is a little younger. I don't care.
We'll just focus on this time.
Yep, exactly. All right, so final thoughts then?
Yes.
Questions, comments, concerns, go.
No, I thought it was definitely going great. At least in my point of view, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Super fun. Thanks, man. All right, so I guess on our D&D show, we'd like to do some links. I guess we'll do that real fast if anybody has any. You're going to catch all our stuff at supergeekedup.com. This show, there's not a page up there yet, but since now we have a first episode, I can get that up. And we're going to put up some character, I think we'll throw up some temporary pics and ideally get some drawings done for our characters. And we'll put that up, and our character, hopefully some stats and also some backstories, all that good stuff. Tom will be sending me well, I guess, what do you want to call it?
The summary in professional conclusion.
Yeah, so basically everything that's happened before what you saw today, we'll put up there so you can read all our adventures beforehand that we've been referencing. So that'll be up on the site as well. You can watch all the other shows I do too, Super Geeked Up, Super Nogged Up, D&D. You can see Nate and I every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern for Dungeons and Dragons shenanigans. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Watch from afar.
Yes, thank you. Follow us at Super Geeked Up, please. Subscribe to us on YouTube. That always helps us out a lot as well. Any of you guys want to give out any links or anything else or anything where they can find you?
I'm pretty hidden as far as internet knowledge base.
He's a Bothan spy.
Who hasn't died.
God, it's amazing.
I don't think that the guy is watching, or girl, whoever it is, but I did borrow several of pictures from a guy, this person on DeviantArt, goes by the name of Unusual Suspects, so I want to give him a quick shout out.
That's a good name. It's a great movie.
Well, it ends in X. It's Suspects.
All right, that's so cool.
So, I mean, a quick shout out to them, whoever they are, and thank you ahead of time for letting me borrow a couple of pictures that I'm going to probably use in the future, or have already. And then thank you, Pinterest, for everything else.
All right, Nate.
I'm Uncle Muffles, and I'm here for you.
You're helping.
Keep helping.
Victor in the chat says, yes, I've watched D&D a few times. Yes, Victor, I remember you've been in there. Thank you so much. So we super appreciate everybody, anybody who's watching live or in the chat, or if you watch a post, we love that too. Feel free to, send some tweets or Facebook, whatever you want to do. You can send an actual letter if you want. I don't know how you're going to get that because you don't really know my address probably, but
Well, if you have questions for the GM, anyway, you can send me an email. Would probably just be easiest to all lowercase xboxinghalodude@gmail.com.
all right. Or you can send a supergeekeduplive@gmail, and I can also just forward it to him as well.
Probably better. His is better. He checks his. That I don't check mine that often.
All right, just send it to me. supergeekeduplive@gmail.com or at supergeekedup on Twitter.
Yep.
All right, cool.
All right. Cool. Let me.
All right, so next Saturday, right, 10 p.m. We're good to go.
Next Saturday,
Yep,
10
sounds
p.m.
good.
All right, awesome. So Monday though, 8 p.m. D&D, that'll be next, and Super Geeked Up returns January 4th. If any of you have watched that show and are anticipating its return, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching our first episode. I really appreciate it. You guys rock.
Thank you all.
Yes.
Awesome.
And may the force be with you all. See you next week.
And also with you.